comrades, today is June 29, 2025, and the current time is 1918. Due to the adverse heat this week, the Institute is authorizing the temporary release of a number of portable air conditioning units that comrades are allowed and encouraged to take home until the heat wave abates. Seriously, if you need one, grab one. We don't want to be responsible for comrades collapsing of heat exhaustion. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello gamers, I hope you're not dying of extreme heat because boy gee howdy it is warm and I am cooking alive. Also I need to turn off the little critters at the bottom. There we go. How are all of you doing, comrades? Wow, look at that, it's Rimworld Day because it's Monday and hopefully you're all having a good day where you're not literally cooking alive like some of us are because good god I am... Oh, did I not save this last time? Oh shit. I didn't save. Whoopsies. Alright, well that's good. Good thing autosaves exist because apparently I didn't save at all last time we streamed this, so we could have lost an entire week's worth of progress, which thankfully is not happening, ideally. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Look at that, it's Monday. It's time to Rimworld. It really is. Professional streamer. I am a professional streamer. I may not be a professional gamer. Please ignore the giant amount of red error messages that we all saw. None of that is actually real. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Oh my god. Yeah, in this this is a crayon approved... One second. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, alright. So, Rimworld. Anyways, how are all of you doing? Hello, Dristed and Sun and Zeoposer and Zoingo and Funbound and congrats to... Who got first? I think it was Sun today, right? Yes, congrats to Sun for being first. Anyways, how are all of you doing? I love Rimworld Mondays. We're actually doing double Rimworld today. Okay, so... Oh yes, let me turn on the Rimworld bot before I forget. So, initially I wasn't gonna stream today. Initially there were plans for another event that I was going to be attending, family event, but plans changed, and so here I am instead streaming on a Monday like I normally do, and we'll stream tomorrow as well. So I figured, okay, we'll just double up on Rimworld this week because we don't do that too often, and then we'll do some other shenanigans in the near future. I know we're doing Fire Emblem on Wednesday, and I was trying to decide what I'm gonna do on Thursday, but instead of a vote, I think I'll leave it up to I'll make it a mystery. There's a couple choices between city builders and interesting builders that are games that I'm kind of interested in, so it'll be kind of a choice. Rimworld, good stuff. You just hot, you got home, reride was enough to take you nauseous. Yeah, it's been super hot. I have been cooking alive and it kind of sucks. I'm trying to just kind of withstand the heat as best as I can, but you know, with the heat you kind of just roll with what you got, right? That's just how it is. It sucks, but it's just how it is. Oh, that's right, AX is coming up this weekend. It's because it's every 4th of July. I completely forgot. I have not attended okay, so the last time I was at AX was 2019, if it gives you any context. I have not attended AX in literally, I don't even know how to describe it, like in literally years. Primarily because it's just like, it's LA, and then as much as I like LA's LA's an expensive city to go visit, primarily because it's California and everything's expensive in California, but also I found that AX is such a very industry focused compared to some other anime cons that I've been to, that I kind of don't have a desire to go to AX a lot of the times. AX is really, like, the main reason I think people even bother going to AX nowadays is because all their friends go to AX, right? So if your friends are going to AX, you're probably going to want to go join them at AX, and that's what I feel like is happening most of the time when it comes to Anime Expo, because again, it's just so many people. Why not just, you know, why not just go there with all your other buddies? Hello, Havel, how are you doing? Like, I like anime conventions a lot, but I don't go to them very often nowadays because it's just not enough time to go through them. You're going to AX, you can be through the heat. Oh my god. Oh, that's right. Well, I don't think California's getting hit with the heat wave. It's mostly the Midwest, right? US heat wave. Let me double check, because I know. Let's just say in my area, the lows of the day are not low enough for me to open my window at night and let the cool air in. It is just hot, 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 and I am like cooking alive. So I don't know. We'll see how bad it gets. I hear it's really bad in the Midwest, and then it's really bad where I am. I'm like cooking alive. I guess if you're in California, it's always hot, so I guess that makes sense. You don't need a way to deal with a heat wave if it's just always perpetually hot, so that does make sense. Very true. So I don't know. I like I like going to California. I don't think I'd want to live in California, is kind of how I always see it. California is just such an expensive place to live that I cannot justify ever living in that area. As much cool as I think it would be to like be where all the cool Asian stuff is, it's just then you're living in California, and then California's already its own a separate level of insanity. Yeah, oh my gosh, I've been seeing all the memes and discussions about how like, oh yeah, in the EU you're not allowed, like in France or UK you're not allowed to own an air conditioner, and I'm just like, how is this actually true? Like there's no way you're not allowed to, right? Like I'm sure you're allowed to, but there's probably some stipulation of like, oh, you need to just make sure it's approved or something for like electrical or something stupid like that. But what do I know? Maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Every time I always see stories of like that, it's just like there's got to be some caveat that we're not being told about, you know. It's like 90 degrees, feels like hundreds. Yeah, it's really rough right now for like the heat. Oh, so you're literally just there to hunt down some model kits? I mean, hey, that could be fun too. And if you're, yeah, it is also like, yeah, it's a really great networking opportunity if you're into networking for that type of thing. So hopefully you find what you're looking for, Zoingo. That could be a really cool opportunity to meet some interesting and fine folk. Also, Outlanders from the colony have left us some stuff. They are leaving us a Ratkin vac suit helmet for some reason, and I don't know what to do with that. I guess it's a thing we just have now for some reason. There's a guy I got fined for sitting in their car to use AC because their house didn't have AC. Okay, to be fair, that one's a little different. I think I can kind of see that because you generally don't want cars idling in an area, primarily because it's the pollution and the noise. And it's a very good way to break down your car if you're just idling, because if you don't know this, car engines can overheat and your car can be very much could have some major issues later down the line by just sitting there, because the way that your car kind of cools down is obviously there's a radiator and all that, but like the cold air of moving your car through the, you know, around helps push, you know, cool air through it and helps, you know, keep it cool. So I can see why they don't want people to be idling in their cars. Tin roof becomes a nice, yeah, I mean that's also true too. Yeah. So sun hits differently compared to say Florida, since Florida's closer to the equator, therefore they get longer nights to cool down. It's also that too, but like a lot of it kind of depends. Like for me, heat's okay if it's kind of dry. Once you start getting into humid heat, we a lot of places, start to develop what's called swamp ass. I'm sure which some of you are familiar with, but basically it's gonna get really nasty and you're just gonna have like a sticky clothes the whole time, and it's not fun for anyone. That's why heat is one thing, like a dry heat's one thing, but a humid heat is like another, and it's way worse, and that's kind of thing that everyone dislikes. Let's see. You're working on printing a face mask. Sorry for posting these right now on some business kit cards. Ooh, I've seen the business kit cards before. Those are really cool. I hope your stuff is able to be shown off really well, Zoingo. That stuff is really cool. I do enjoy seeing those business kit cards. I love kit cards, honestly. I'm like, ooh, I can like make a little model out of this. Yay. In Paris, you're kind of screwed because old buildings have tin roof and those become an AC. Well, here's the thing too. In a lot of older buildings, like, you know, they're not designed to like, it's kind of designed to be like, you know, thermally insulated and all that jazz. And it's kind of nice. Oh, hey, we did actually enslave this one. Okay, so I was gonna try to recruit them, but there's no option to recruit them right away. I think I was gonna try to find a mod for this and I kind of forgot, which is kind of the problem. But I needed the worker immediately, which is the main issue. I guess I could probably just imprison. I think I needed someone to clean the colony, but the colony got cleaned up, so it's actually not necessary anymore. So I guess we'll just re-imprison, and then we'll just try to recruit over the course of the next God knows how long. But yeah, humid heat is really, really rough, especially on people. So if you can avoid the humid heat, I would recommend avoiding the humid heat as much as you can. It's just not fun for anyone, and you know, you may not die, but you will be in a very, very big world of trouble, and it's gonna be not fun for anyone. All right, I forgot we have a giant grove of what are we growing here? Apple trees? Yes, except these are technically 0% grown, so they don't actually have like a sapling aspect to it, so we'll just let it give some time to grow. I need to double check if we have enough beds for everyone. We're currently sitting at 19 pawns, and we have, I think, 1 double smart bed and 18. Yes, we actually have enough beds for every single pawn. We might need to build more if we recruit more people, but that's kind of a we'll wait and see type deal. I want to add more tables randomly scattered throughout the colony. Every pawn's kind of carrying 1 meal. You never know when they want to eat, so better to just make sure there's spots for them to sit down and eat. So we also are researching stuff, so let me just keep adding more down. We will try to go to space. I think we might. I think the run will end once we go to space, in theory. I don't think we really need to go beyond that for this particular run, but we'll see how I feel ultimately towards the end. Especially as the game is starting to like slow down a little bit as we keep playing, because there's just so much random crap running around in this run. But anyways, yeah. Hopefully you all had a good weekend and all that, and we'll have a fun week. It is 4th of July weekend, which is its own problem, but we'll see. I can't believe it's the 250th anniversary of freedom from the Imperial British Empire. Here we are, 250 years later. And if anything, I'll be around for the 300-year one. I almost said 500 years. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna live like another 250 years. So we'll have to see how that pans out. I will say the best part for me about all these holidays is the sheer amount of sales that you can get at your local grocery store. I wish I took a photo of this, but I went to the local grocery store and they had like family packs of chicken wings for like $3.50, like 7 to 8 pieces of like whole chicken wings, which meant you had like, you know, twice that in split, because I know how to splitting a chicken wing you can do in about like 2 seconds. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much. I kept buying more packs. I'm gonna go to the grocery store probably tomorrow and buy more before the sale goes away, because I'm like, this is a really good deal. I did see that you had your collab. I mean, how was that? Hopefully you enjoyed your collab. I'm personally not one to collab like ever, but as long as you had fun with your collab, then I'm glad for you. Yeah, I am not much of a collabing person, I think. I've had some... I'm not gonna say I had bad experiences with collabing, because I generally don't have anything like that, but I hear stories of bad collabs, and I'm just like, ooh. 250 years of paying taxes? Hey, listen, everyone's gotta pay taxes. No matter what you gotta do, everyone's gotta pay their fair share. I pay taxes. I am a dedicated citizen who pays their dues. Oh my gosh, all of our fish is rotting because this room's not frozen yet. I need to actually double check the temperature gradient in the colony. Primarily because I need to make sure we're actually all toasty. I think a lot of these rooms might not be correctly temperature set up. So for example, this room should probably be frozen 24/7, but it's not, because we need to start figuring out how we're going to cool it down all the time, and I don't have air split conditioning yet. Gosh, I saw that tweet of someone's like, oh yeah, look at all these virtual, like if you on eBay right now, you can see people saying like, oh yeah, look, I'm selling, you know, Grand Theft Auto 6, you know, pre-ordered like $200, and I'm just like, why? Oh my gosh, it's actually insane that, to be fair, they're basically preying on the stupid, or those who are not aware that Grand Theft Auto 6 is a game that you can just pre-order yourself instead of having to pre-order it online. You know, that's kind of how I see it, but you never know. Yeah, it's literally just a plastic case with a code inside, which is kind of a shame. I mentioned this last week, but I'm pretty sure the only reason why it's like that is because I'm pretty sure what's happening is the game is so large it cannot fit on a Blu-ray disc. Even a high-density Blu-ray disc, it probably won't fit. And I bet you when you have to install it, it's gonna be like 300 gigabytes because it's probably like a bajillion uncompressed 4K textures, and you know, you can see every pore on the main characters, you know, stuff, and it's gonna be, yeah, it'll be pretty, but it's gonna be like a massive pain to play. Claiming GTA pre-release beta test. I'm not even surprised. I'm pretty sure they're just preying on the stupid who are just like, oh, I gotta get my hands and be the first person to play this. And it's just like, buddy, this is a mess. About it from cybersecurity antivirus use. Ah, okay. Hey, at least your AV is keeping an eye out for you. They're like, oh, we gotta protect our human from the idiots out there. All right, we're gonna also build another one of these. I'm gonna build another crate. We'll do uranium, and then I think that's fine. This one will be uranium. We're not really using a lot of uranium, but I just want to make sure it's not hanging out anywhere else like in here. Hello, Space Case. I know. Trust me. We have fresh recruits coming in soon. I believe this one named Light Bloom will join us soon, and then you can join the roulette. And let's see how many people are in the roulette. There are 10 people on the roulette. There's a lot of people that really want to join in on the run. Well, the other thing I forgot to do before I forget is I wanted to make sure that there's enough fire sprinklers to just make sure in case the colony catches on fire, we at least have a way to deal with said fire. So we're just gonna start slapping down some sprinklers in various locations. Probably in front of the lights is good enough. I apologize. I know it's unfortunate, but that's how it is. You gotta wait. It's the only way to be fair. Will it be the last in the series? Oh yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. If Rockstar's not doing physical copies anymore, every other company is gonna follow suit. I guarantee you, every other video game company is gonna look at what Rockstar's doing and they're like, you know what? We should do the same thing. We don't need to pay for physical copies anymore. That's how it is. Like, if one company does it and it does really well, other companies follow suit, and there's not really much you can do. Yeah, like, I mean, to be fair, I think it's not really as popular nowadays to buy physical media, but they're just gonna be like, all right, well, we really don't need physical media anymore. And I think that's just really unfortunate, because I like the thing with physical media too is you can resell it ultimately, right? If you don't like it anymore, give it to someone else. But by making it a digital only version, you can't do that anymore. I remember seeing somewhere that like a bunch of game companies, you know, stores like GameStop are like, we're gonna boycott this because we're not allowed to sell physical copies, because GameStop's entire business is predicated on being able to resell, you know, physical copies of used video games, but you can't resell a digital version of a game that never had a physical copy in the first place, and it's really unfortunate for them. You can't fix on physical media. Yeah, the fact that you cannot fit that on physical media is insane, because think about it this way, like the only way they would be able to sell that to you is they'd have to sell you a micro SD card, and even then micro SD cards are stupid expensive nowadays. Like, you ever look at, I remember I bought a micro SD card back in like March for like, it was a 512 and I bought it for like $50, and I looked at the same one like a week later and it's like $100 now. Everything is just expensive and it sucks. I like physical media. It's kind of why I like the Switch, except for the stupid game key thing that they have, but it sucks. Oh, by the way, 4 of our Muffalo have the flu, which is probably, or have the plague, which is kind of a bad thing. How many terabytes is gonna be? It's probably gonna be like 1 whole terabyte. Here's the thing too, right? Like, all they gotta do is if that game consumes your entire hard drive, right? You can't play anything else. You can't play anything else if the only thing you're allowed to play that you can install is GTA 6. And I hear it's like gonna be really rough too. I was looking at I remember reading somewhere that like apparently it only reaches like 30 FPS at 4K on like a PlayStation 5 Pro, and I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be a little rough. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to make this look a little nicer here, because I think this one we can probably build around the lake instead of cutting through it. You've been bestowed the proverbial janitor's keychain. Are you a janitor at work now? Because they're just like, oh, you're willing to do it. Is that what happened? Is that how you became a janitor? I hope you do your janitor duties as well as necessary. Be the hero that your company thinks you're supposed to be. So I gotta buy a PS5 since the game won't run PS4. Yeah, that's true too. I'm just gonna build straight across. I was gonna build something nice, but I'm like, we'll just build straight across. It's fine. I want to just get this wall built ASAP. Let's just build a fat bridge and then put another bridge down here. I am running out of steel, I think, so I do need to be a little careful. We dug out like a metric ton of it, but this colony eats through steel like crazy is the other problem. And there's only so much steel going around on the map, so I probably gotta hunt down more. We gotta also dig this gold out. That should be fine. You want a pawn that can fish? Well, we're gonna get new pawns soon. These two are getting recruited. One of them is light blue and the other is Daerin, but we'll have to see how long it takes for them to get recruited. Let's see. You gotta, you need dual control for interest. Oh, you got second keys, got it. GameStop stocks to the moon. Gosh, I saw something the other day where GameStop is apparently trying to buy eBay, and I'm just like, how did this stock? You know what's funny? I was trying to ride the GME train way back when it first started. Back when, like, I remember like the stock was $4, and that's when I was hearing news of people going like, you gotta buy in, you gotta buy in. So I was like, okay, let me try buying in, but I didn't have a brokerage account at the time. So I tried setting up a brokerage account, but it had like a 3-day waiting period before I could use the damn thing. And then so by the time I was able to start buying the stock, it was already like $80. And I'm just like, okay, I can't go any higher than this. So I was like, let me find something else. And that's why I hopped on AMC for a bit, and that's a whole bit of another disaster. But then GME continued to go up to like $300, and I'm just like, we really do live in a clown world for this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, we really do live in a ridiculous timeline when it comes to markets and everything. Trust me, I could spend a very long time talking about markets. I know it's not the most interesting of topics, but I do like keeping up with news about that type of stuff because it's interesting to me. I know it sounds weird, but I do kind of like learning about money markets and stuff like that, because you ever start thinking about it, it gets a little silly at times, especially once you start realizing just the sheer insanity of it all. We're gonna put a drug lab in here because I do want a spot where we can just manufacture drugs like crazy. So we're gonna build a small room in this location here. We'll crank it down one tile like this. Should be fine. Yeah. You love watching people freak out about space. Okay, anyone with half a brain could, like, okay, if anyone with half a brain could have told you that the SpaceX stock was going to crash, like, it's not even like fully crashed either. It just went down to like people are saying like, oh, it went below its pre-IPO pricing. But here's the thing, that entire stock is basically just running entirely off of hype and vibes, right? Like, we knew that as soon as it went onto like full IPO, it was gonna go up for a couple days, and it was probably gonna go down after that. If you were smart, you probably could have bought, you bought at the start as fast as you could, and then you just rode the wave up, and then you just exit within like 1 or 2 days, and then you can just probably short, and then, or you buy puts, and then you'll probably make money on the way down, and then you just call it a day. The thing is, like, SpaceX as the, okay, here's the thing, SpaceX, the actual company, if excluding like Grok and like Twitter and all that, like the actual core business of sending things into space, and also Starlink, actually I think those rockets maybe are kind of breaking-ish even. They might be losing some money, but it's like the long-term potential. But then also Starlink actually does make money. But the fact that it's all tied in with this ridiculous AI model that no one wants is like the part that everyone doesn't like. It's irrational. It's gonna go up, it's gonna go down. See, you wanna know the best way to know when the market works? How the market works? See, how it really works is when I buy a stock, the price goes down. When I sell a stock, the price goes up immediately. That's actually how it works. See, I am basically a reverse fortune teller. The lizard overlords are secretly controlling all the world's economy and stock markets. That's also true. Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard man. He probably knows exactly what's happening to every single stock at any given moment. He doesn't want to admit it, but it's true. Don't fall for his lies. All right, don't fall for the lies of the Zuck. Okay, he's lying to you all. He knows. All right, I gotta build a drug lab. Which one of these is the drug lab? Here we go. We'll make it out of steel. I kind of like that how that looks. Yeah, we'll do like a drug lab here-ish. Okay. Well, yeah, it's quite interesting again, like seeing how all of this works. But I had to double check. This is kind of like unrelated, but I did have to double check with my retirement stuff. like my funds and like, hey, am I exposed at all to SpaceX? And they're like, no. And I'm like, cool, thanks. I was like, that's all I wanted to make sure. I was like, I just want to make sure I'm like not at all potentially exposed to SpaceX, because I'm like, I really don't want to have anything to do with this corporation. How's it supposed to go up? Starlink's only net positive in that business group Xenos praise the Emperor. Because the stock market, like, the thing is, okay, so in the olden days of pre-COVID, generally stocks kind of operated on what, you know, people like to sometimes call fundamentals, where this thing makes money, its value should go up because it will expand more. But then it turned into, hey, yo, this man tweeted about the stock, it's gonna go up because of the whole, like, because everyone's always looking for another way to get rich and make money. That's ultimately like what a lot of people like to do. Hello there, Mr. Dubbing YouTube. And so, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it very much, comrade. But one of the things too is, when it comes to this type of stuff, is it's all just vibes based nowadays. Like, if you can hype up a stock, that's why everyone's like always trying to like hype up like their like some IPO, or it's basically the same thing that what happened to cryptocurrency. If anyone remembers, back then, everyone's just always trying to get Elon Musk to tweet about, oh, insert name of cryptocurrency, and then it'll be like, oh, it's gonna, like, you know, 5x over the next like 2 hours for some stupid reason. Remember Dogecoin? God, I remember I actually made money on Dogecoin, which was, and that's kind of how I started. I was able to afford my initial VTubing investment stuff, which was really stupid to think about, but it's true. I had dumped a couple amount into Doge when it was like a cent or 2 cents, and then I was like, and then it went up to like 10 cents, and I'm like, it can't go any higher than this, but just in case, let me sell half. And then it went up even more to like 20 cents, and then I sold the rest of my position at 20 cents, and then good lord, it went all the way up to like I don't know, like 70 cents, and I was like, what is this nonsense? God, we really, like, everyone is always looking for that, like, you know, golden goose. But the thing is, like, if you're also gonna commit a lot of money into this type of thing, you're basically just putting it all on, you know, like on a number at a roulette table, because half of these are gonna all fail. More than half of these stupid cryptos and stocks and whatever are gonna just all collapse in the grand scheme of things. That's about it. You're from Mexico, so you can understand well. You speak English a little. We love Rimworld people play this good game. Well, welcome aboard. We do a rat-themed anime colony, so just keep that in mind. I don't speak any Spanish, unfortunately. Sorry. This man wants to join us. A dark scholar slouches in place, lifeless and silent. Only his eyes seem alive, as if he could look inside of you. Sure. All right, Gordon. Well, this man's joined us. I can't make him a rat, unfortunately, because he's like the unknown. So I guess we're just gonna keep him, I guess. What is our ideology called? All right, we're just gonna assign to someone. We're gonna go to the roulette wheel. Whoever it is picked has to have chatted today. All right, congratulations to Hayashi. You get to be this this dude with unknown origins and weird anime powers. Also, you have like scars everywhere, and you have like lifeless eyes apparently for some reason. Okay, real quick, we're just gonna edit your appearance so that you have an anime face, as is foretold. Okay. Okay, raised back from Wakaire. You remember a class trying to get you into crypto and just look at him, that doesn't sound stable, and a scam at worst. So the thing is, like, that's the thing. It's like it's not exactly a Ponzi scheme, but in the end, when it comes to crypto and NFTs, someone's always left holding the bag. I wish I was joking when I'm going to say this, but if you want to know some deep professor lore that I think I talked about one time. I think I talked about this one time. Back when NFTs were like kind of a super brand new thing, I had a friend who's like trying to get me into NFTs to the point where it's like he had a business idea and it involved VTubers and NFTs, and I think it was like some kind of like VTuber trading card type thing. And I was like, back then I was a little more naive about this stuff, and I was just like, you know what, that seems like kind of an interesting idea, you know, digital ownership of a specific unique copy of a card. And I was like, so I did some research into it, and I started like half writing like almost like a business proposal of like, okay, here's how this could work. But thankfully it never went anywhere because I like because I was like, this is, at some point I realized this is not a good idea, this is probably really dumb. And then because I was like, who's actually gonna buy this stupid crap? And then ultimately I was right, because ultimately no one does want to buy this garbage, and no one wants NFTs. NFTs cratered so hard. Like, no one talks about NFTs anymore. And if they do, they're talking about it in the like, oh haha, look at these idiots who bought like a JPEG of a monkey for like $1 billion that's now worth like 20. Yeah, it's insane. It's all just a grift. Like I said, everyone just wants to make $1 bajillion, and no one wants to be left holding the bag at the end, and everyone just tries to fight for to be the one who's not holding the bag at the end. I create with a donkey named Bat. Oh geez, oh, I guess we should save the donkey. Except for Sony, who continues trying to push it along after anyone else realizes the scam, or Square Enix. Square Enix, I know, is like a really big proponent of like, oh, NFTs could be part of the future. Also, hello, Alana. Yeah, it's insane. Just like how many people are just like, you know, to be fair, I think a lot of people are just not familiar, especially because you had like all the celebrities really pushing. Yeah, Square Enix was really pushing it for like a long time. It was crazy how much they're just like pushing NFTs. It was insane. Like tonight, you're glad to have walked in on a shot and fruit. Oh, trust me, yeah, I'm complaining about things. So welcome to the complaining stream, Kahila. Yeah, the I can't remember his name, but like the CEO was like super into NFTs, and I think they burned a lot of money on NFTs. And then it came out like, oh, this is like kind of a huge waste of money. Why did we do this? And then it was just like, whoopsies. Yeah, it feels like I like the Square Enix games, so please make good games. The thing is, like, Square, like, everyone remembers Square Enix for making Final Fantasy, but they do make a lot of other things, too. Just, a lot of those other things may not be successful, and everyone kind of forgets about those other projects that they work on, and that's kind of the problem. Like I like Square Enix stuff, but, you know, they've made a lot of flubs, and they're kind of just... they're basically rolling on the highs of a bunch of their games that are super popular, and then everything else is kind of they remember it exists every now and again, and usually they'll just kind of break even. Like, I liked Just Cause. Just Cause is a really fun franchise, and then Just Cause 5 or 4 came out in 2018. They just never made another one after that, because apparently it straight up did not sell enough copies, and so they kind of just cited, oh shoot, a Timberwolf is hunting, and so they kind of just like canceled the franchise, and I'm like, well, that sucks. Yeah, you should probably just beat this with your bayoneted weapon. Do we have another person with a weapon here? Let's get Havel over here. We need a live a Lillian sales. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that's referring to. Like I said, it's just video games, to be fair, is a very interesting industry. There's a video game reporter, what's his name, Jason Schreier, came out with some video recently talking about indie video games, and it's like just a giant lottery ticket, essentially. Like, you're not guaranteed to win, but if you succeed, great, your life has just changed for forever. But if you can't, then you're kind of screwed. Yeah, I don't know. You love Just Cause 3, but 4 color palette was going in the original version. Yeah, wasn't it like super like grim and dark and just like... I think that's the thing too. I think Just Cause 4 tried to be like the whole... Oh, it's kind of like a more realistic color scheme with like the dark tones and everything. But then you look at 2 and 3 and they're just like bright poppy adventures where you just like... It's like, oh yeah, we're just here to commit crimes and cause explosions, and it's cool. Whoa, look at those gifts. Thanks a lot. I appreciate... Oh my gosh. Don't mind you stealing Bezos' money. Thank you. I appreciate you gifting the 5 subs. Wow, actually, this is... Infidave gets one, and Greywin gets one, and Xanth gets one. So, hey, 3 regulars get one. I appreciate you gifting it. Oh yeah, there's that sale thing. I forgot that was going on right now, right? It's like... There's like the whole, hey... If you're willing to pay extra dollars, you can give cool gift subs or something like that. All of our food is rotting because I think I need to freeze this room. I've been meaning to do this for some time. I need to do this now before I forget anymore. All the food in here is like rotting constantly. Oh shoot, it's gotta be this is probably fine here. There we go. But hopefully you're having a good evening. Well, again, we're just complaining about nonsense. 4 days left, 35% off. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, got it. Yeah. I'm surprised I'm not seeing a lot more VTubers or just streamers in general doing subathons like around this time period, because usually it's like, oh, they do their subathons like when it's on sale for gift subs and whatnot. Gift 1,000. Save $2,100. Gift 1,000 subs. God. You know what the crazy thing is? I bet you there are probably actual streamers who like have people do that to them, because like on the regular. Like I would not doubt it at all. Thanks for the fart sound. Thank you for farting in this wonderful chat. I don't know why you would do such a horrible thing, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was like just a thing that happens on the regular, especially with some of these streamers, like the big name ones. The other thing too is it could also be a choice for their own, like a streamer's marketing team, right? So let's think about it, right? So especially with a sale like that, okay, so if it's okay, so let's do the math real quick. So let's say the streamer on average gets $3 per subs, right? So for the cost of $890 effectively, right? Because 1,000 times 3 is $3,000. So if you gift 1,000 subs, you get $3,000 back. So for the effective cost of $890, you essentially have, it's basically a giant campaign, like it's free advertising, right? Like, oh, this person just got gifted 1,000 subs, or you know, for like your own, you know, if you gifted anonymously, that type of thing, it generates hype moments and all that. It can go viral, you know. It's and that could help accelerate growth. I don't know. Every time I talk about this type of stuff, like numbers stuff when it comes to streaming stuff, I'm like, I feel kind of scummy in a way, because it's like I legitimately know some people who everything when it comes to streaming is just about numbers and like how much money they can make out of it. And to be fair, they actually do succeed at making a bajillion dollars off of this type of thing, but that's just how it is. I always still think about recently to that tweet that I saw the other day about like, yeah, if people got to give me money, or what's the point of streaming? Oh gosh, I don't know what it is, but I swear streamers probably have like the worst sense of money management I've ever seen. It's actually insane. And the reason I'm saying this is I have seen no less than 3 different VTubers selling their models on Twitter. Like, I was surprised, like, oh yeah, I have 2 identities and I'm selling one now for money because I need money. And I'm just like, what do you mean you have 2 VTuber identities? How the f do you have 2 identities and why are you selling one of them? It just astounds me, like how this is just a thing that just apparently happens on the regular. It's just a thing that just happens. It's so weird. Oh right, I was gonna install this. Did I put that armor vest on Daisy yet? Where's Daisy? Where the hell is our giant hamster? Did I not put an armor on Daisy yet? Oh, I didn't. I forgot I made her sentient. All right, let's go put this armor on her. Yeah. You got time to watch me? You got $5 on you? Oh my gosh. I can't. Okay, maybe it's because I have shame, but I cannot imagine going to the people who, you know, support me on the regular and be like, if you have time to watch me, you have $5 to spend on me. Think of it as like the fee for me providing you entertainment. God, I could see people actually. I can imagine the type of people who do that type of thing, and it just like it disgusts me. I don't know. Every time I think of that, like, ooh, that's a thing that actual people do. Who the hell wants a secondhand identity? The thing is, like, usually you'll get it at a discount, right? You'll get like the account on a discount. It's already maybe got some followers, and you already have a model rigged and all that other stuff. But you probably have to change the name and everything. Hi, Suno. Good morning, because I know you're still awake. Would you open an additional optional Patreon? No. See, the solution, if you really want to make money, oh my gosh, I know no less than 3 VTubers who do this, where it's just like they have their streaming stuff, like their Twitter account, they stream and they do all their usual stuff, right? But then they have a Fansly or a OF account, and they're posting spicy art of their VTubers. For some people it's like an open secret apparently, and other times not really, but it's just like every time I hear about this I'm just like, okay then, This is just a thing that happens. But I am so far removed from some of these people's spaces that I am not at all aware of half of this. Yeah. You gotta spend your college funds on a VTuber. Oh my gosh, there's so many people who are like that. It's just like, oh my gosh. So I remember like reading a while ago, people were like, there were legitimately people who were like, hey, how do I want to become a VTuber? Can I just spend my college fund on becoming a VTuber? And it's just like, no, you shouldn't, because that's a bad idea. I don't know. Every time I always hear stories of like what people do. Now, granted, a lot of these don't happen as much anymore because the VTuber, I don't want to say the VTuber hype is kind of dead or dying, but it's a lot less than it used to be. So you don't run into these ridiculous stories as much nowadays because the VTubing space is incredibly saturated. Fine. Yeah. Some people make their VTubers to be their idealized selves. Yeah. And in some cases, you have people like me where my VTuber model is literally just a gender flipped version of myself with some traits that I like. I'm not even joking. I have really long hair and I have glasses, so it's like I'm already partway there. Let's see. It's like buying a license for an existing franchise. I mean, that's kind of, yeah, that's how it might be too. There was a person who got known for doing that like 4 years ago. It feels like I'm talking about money. So, do you mean they're selling their VTuber models or their accounts? They were selling both. They were selling the model and the account essentially, because they had like a primary account, which was like what they were advertising selling the model on, right? And then the account that they're selling comes with the art, the rig, the model, like everything you need to essentially kickstart being a VTuber was part of the package deal for buying that. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see maybe the appeal of this if you maybe don't have a place to start when it comes to VTubing or streaming, and you can just kind of use this like as a jumping off point, right? That's kind of how it is. You clearly see people clearly have no business being in the space. Oh yeah, trust me, there's a lot of people who, the thing is too, like with VTubing, right? Like it's so easily accessible now if you just want to start with nothing. And it's great because that gives a lot of people opportunities to be creators, but at the same time, it's like there are a lot of people who maybe they shouldn't be VTubers, or maybe streaming is not for them, but they want to because everyone sees a streamer like, you know, Iron Mouse or Bao or Shy Lily or Giga, you know, a big streamer, and they're like, I want to be just like that person because I want to be a micro niche e-celebrity, and then they'll commit like a bajillion resources when they really shouldn't be doing that at all. Anyone under 25 shouldn't stream. I don't agree with that. I think it's okay to let people of all ages. No. Let me rephrase that. Of letting people stream regardless. I don't want to say. I don't want kids streaming. You know what I'm saying. Mature enough people to be streaming. Oh, you mean they can spend $5 on me? Oh, yeah. I do think there was someone like a couple years ago, who was definitely going like, oh, spend $5 on me or you shouldn't be watching me. Haha. Sitting in each category like Rimworld, streaming to sub count 50, fancy overlays, and model definitely didn't make themselves streaming, repeating those. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah. I think I talked about this last time too. But like, before I got any of my live 2D models, I legitimately just used Vroid. Like, you have to do this. Like, if you're gonna stream, you gotta start with nothing. I think anyone who wants to stream, anyone who wants to be a VTuber, you have to, like, I swear, I think it should be a prerequisite to beat them over the head and require them to stream with like a Vroid model for like the first, I don't know, for like the first couple months of their career, and only if they succeed a little bit, then are they authorized to go use literally, you know, like a nicer model. Because part of the problem is like, a lot of these people, they'll drop so much money. Use a PNG. Yeah, use a PNG if you want. Yeah, a lot of people start off with PNGs. A lot of good streamers and YouTubers basically started off with nothing but a, I don't know, like nothing, just a voice in the void, and you know, they found success. Here's the thing. You know what the thing is? Here's the thing. Buying a model can't buy you a personality. I don't know if that's mean to say, but I think the straightest way to say it is you can spend all the money you want on a super nice model, but you may not have the personality to be entertaining to people. And that's, I think, the big problem. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be entertaining, and I think being entertaining is a skill, legitimately, and it's not an easy skill either. Iron is out for content creation. There's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with being bad at it, but it's still doing for entertainment. Start complaining about reasons to reflect. Yeah, like if you're willing to reflect on, you know, being a streamer and thinking about like why you're failing or, you know, what's going on, then that's one thing. I would agree with that sentiment, where it really depends on what you're trying to get out of it. Like, I have fun streaming. This is kind of a hobby. I do derive, okay, like, I'll be honest, I derive enjoyment out of being a niche micro internet e-celebrity with a very specific niche of playing strategy games as a VTuber. I legitimately enjoy that type of deal. Is it wrong for me to say that? I don't know, but it's true, and I'm willing to admit that. You see something like random streaming underage isn't a bad story, but we were talking about someone whose parents were behind them the whole time, literally modern age. Oh, I've seen, yeah, I remember seeing something about like, yeah, it's like these like kids who are like should not be streaming. There are some people who should not be streaming at all, and like kids use a PNG, use free assets, raid their national exchange, steal hundreds of pounds of gold. Yeah, I don't know where we're going with that one, Sam, but we're not stealing gold out of like a national treasury. You can buy PNG, you can use the model as your PFP. They're not expensive to start off with that. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing too. Like, if you really want to start and you want to have your design, just go buy or commission your PNG, buy a few reactives. There's so many artists out there that will just do like a set of reactive PNGs for like, I don't know, 50 to 100 bucks, and you'll be good to start off. Well, and that'll get you kind of somewhere. But as Alana's saying, yeah, get a proper mic. There's so many streamers I like tune into, and I don't like listening to their voice. Primarily because their microphones sound like it's deep fried, or like they're using like a stupid headset microphone. To be fair, when I first started streaming, I did have like that dumb headset microphone that had like because that's just what I had, and you know, you work with what you got sometimes, but you really should consider upgrading your proper gear. So he's probably have as an artist, I suppose, but there's plenty of people with great streaming personalities who don't have a lot of art ideas, talents, or care much for the presentation. That's also true. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of different ways to approach it. The way I see it is just like, my issue is that there's a lot of people that, no, I'm not saying a lot. There's a number of people who want to get into VTubing and being a streamer, and they think that they can ride the wave of like VTubers who, you know, have a cool, cute, or really over animated model that's being animated like pudding, and that will get people to watch them right away. When in reality, it's like you need to find one, you need luck, and you need to also have a personality, and you need to have some kind of niche that people want to come back and watch for. That's kind of the thing. I'm just saying it's more like your personality can be what you do on stream, whether it's what you play or how you entertain people, whether you're one of the loud types or you're one of the more calm and collected types. But you gotta have something that will make someone come back to watch you. And I think some people, especially those just starting out, have the personality of like a piece of toast, where they basically just espouse off like generic streamer words like, yo chat, did you see that? Yo, can someone clip that? Yo, awesome, thanks for coming in chat. Wow. It's just like, all right buddy, chill. And that's kind of like that's my complaint. It's like the people who they sound like a frat boy or you know, who just learned what Twitch was and is like streaming because their friend is doing it. You feel like streaming should be exploring yourself and understanding your identity. Personal identity is like buying a skin that does nothing but make you look like your favorite anime character. I agree in that, yes, being a VTuber is essentially having your own identity, but I think there's nothing wrong necessarily with, if you really like and vibe with a specific art that or like model design or character design, and you can afford it and it's already got everything, and you know for sure you want to do that, I think there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. It seems a little weird to buy someone's model, but it depends how you want to think about it. Like for me, my way I interpret it sometimes is also like from a viewer perspective, right? Where if my favorite VTuber suddenly had the personality behind the model get replaced, I'm not gonna watch that person anymore because it's not the same person anymore, right? Like you watch for the person behind it. And I remember this was like a huge issue like a couple years ago when Kizuna Ai was getting essentially replaced with a new person who was like the new Kizuna Ai, and I think people were kind of like up in arms about it at the time too, because it's just like, well, this isn't the same person, why are we gonna watch this? And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, why would you watch this if it's not the same you know, individual that you were watching previously. You know, it's just it's so strange sometimes. That's kind of how I feel about it. It's like getting a band unique singer but except worse. Exactly. Yeah. I'm still of the opinion that, like, if you're young and you want to stream, that's fine, go for it. But like, if you're young enough that you have to have your parents moderating your chat, you might need, or, you know, if you're in elementary school, for example, maybe you shouldn't be streaming. But yeah, more like that band getting everyone replaced. I don't know. I think it's kind of depends. I do kind of agree with the singer part, especially for VTubers, because again, the voice changes, and the voice is kind of a huge part of a streamer's identity too. Like, you know, if I go listen to Agura or Saba, it's like, okay, I can identify this as this person, and it's great because I know exactly who this is. If I start watching another VTuber that I don't know and their voice doesn't, or like if I'm watching a VTuber that I know and then the voice isn't the same anymore, I'm like, okay, so they got replaced, which means the vibe is generally going to be different now too. I hate using the word vibe all the time, but I think a lot of times vibe does kind of encapsulate what I'm trying to vocalize. Hopefully that makes sense. Being a VTuber is such an interesting thing. I can't believe I've been at this for like almost 5 years now. God, when did I start? 2022? 2021, I think, is when I started. So I've been at this for a long time, and it's been an interesting time. I like seeing how the overall vibe has changed in the VTubing space. Everyone used to be on Twitter, and now half the people moved to Blue Sky, and I don't know anything about Blue Sky, and I don't pay attention to Blue Sky at all half the time. I don't like using social media half the time because it's just kind of janky, and just I don't necessarily find it fun. People ban but singer changes are always big deals. You can replace a drummer, you can replace a guitar, a bassist or a guitarist, and it'll probably mostly be the same. But yes, changing the singer changes the vibe completely. Like 10%. Well, I mean, 10% is still a decent percentage, right? That's kind of the thing too. Also, the reason too I don't like using Twitter as much anymore is because, good lord, it's just the algorithm, because the fact that they try to force you to use the For You tab, and I see very few people I actually follow on the For You tab. You gotta purposely go to the following tab to actually see your friends' tweets, and I'm pretty sure most of my tweets just don't get shown to anyone anymore nowadays, and I'm like, that sucks. I'll post something and it'll get like maybe 50 views, and I'm like, that means, yeah, it's probably dead or dying for me. So I'm like, all right, I'm basically just dead on Twitter, which sucks. You've been honest, when people puppet their friends' models, the voice and movement being different is funny bit, but it can really uncanny if stretched. Exactly. Like, if you do that forever, like if I was like, eventually one day I think it'd be funny to just have Rape possess my model for like either a whole stream or for like half an hour or something, and I'll just be like, just say nothing about it. That would be funny for a bit, but you can't do it forever, right? You don't like getting rage bait on social media all the time. Oh gosh, I hate it so much. Thankfully, my Twitter feed is mostly just art of stuff that I care about. So, you know, that's at least fun. Autofister streaming on Fumoko's channel was a big comedy, but that was a bit. Also, any stream with Fumoko breaking in and yelling at them. Yeah, that type of thing can be a fun bit if done right. But you don't do it all the time. You gotta just do it like a little bit to be enjoyable, but not obnoxious. If you completely replace the person, then yeah, now you got a problem, and that's not as fun anymore. So, yeah, VTubing, I tell you what, it's something, all right. If someone took over my model and account, you, the first question would have to you, why, what's wrong with you, who is posing as, you know? Exactly. Well, to be fair, if that was a long-term thing, yeah, that's a problem. If it's just more like, hey, it's just Ray, then it's just a haha funny bit. That's the big difference. Like, if it's someone you know and it's like just a small time thing, okay, it's funny, sure. But if it's like a long term, okay, the original person is just gone, then yeah, that's a problem. And I think that's the same issue a lot of people have with like when you sell models and whatnot. I don't know. Selling models just always seemed a little weird to me, but I also understand, hey, it's just what some people like to do, so I'm like, well, whatever. All right, I was gonna dump Nutramine in here. Nutramine. In this one, and then in this one we're gonna dump in just use this one for more Nutramine. Nutramine, and then this one we're gonna have I think cloth goes in this one. What else do you need to make medicine? Oh, that's funny. We don't know how to make medicine. Oh, well, that might be a problem, ain't it? So yeah, I don't know. I'm always surprised at the type of stuff that I see when it comes to streamers and VTubers, and you know, someone's always complaining about something. Oh, there's a man in black, by the way. Alana's son Dandelion has joined us. Is he a rat? He is a rat, but he's a really big, tall rat. So we're gonna delete him from existence real quick. Because I want to reincarnate him into the small rat, because you can't change pawn size through pawn editor or character editor, whatever I'm using, which is weird. So we're gonna delete Alana's son from existence, and then we're gonna, where is it? It's not your daughter, it's a son. Except we're gonna now spawn in a new pawn. Okay, so we're gonna source ratkin. Okay, we're gonna pick in a ratkin soldier has found their way in here, and it is now your daughter. And can I add the social, because I think that was funny? Add relation. There we go. All right, who is this getting assigned to? That's the real question. Oh, I gotta teleport them in here. Feel like a maid in a rat colony, special kind of hill is your prerogatory. Don't worry about it, it's fine. All right, we're gonna assign this to someone. This is gonna go to Space Case. Congratulations, you finally are in the colony now. All right, let's take a look. I don't have enough beds for everyone, by the way. We gotta build more beds. All right, let's take a look at Space Case's spawn. You are a 29-year-old soldier, comes in with a rifle, some hardtack, and you're a country kid who grew up to be a gardener. So you're a pretty good soldier. Thank God you're actually really good at shooting too. A quick sleeper, neurotic, nearsighted, which is kind of funny because you have to use your gun. So we'll have to make this work. Purgatory. 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 Yeah, that's the way, right? I swear, I'm good at English. English is my first language that I was born and raised speaking, and I am definitely an expert at it. Totally, 100% for sure. All right, we gotta go build some beds. I do not have enough beds in this colony, and I do not know where I'm gonna put more beds. I might have to build another hallway down here just to add another stack of beds. We could just delete this lake and just build over it, which is probably what I'm gonna do because it's just way cheaper to do it, but we'll see. Anyways, yeah. Streaming is such an interesting field. I will say, you're gonna stream long term, you gotta do it for the love of the game. I think a lot of people do get hung up whether or not they will get viewers streaming, and it becomes like their main focus of just trying to get more people to watch no matter what. You know, the other thing too is I learned as a streamer, you'd be amazed at what being consistent and consistently streaming actually does. It helps a lot. There's a lot of people who stream like once or twice like a week or a month, and they expect to just have people watching them all the time, but that's not going to get you anywhere. You really got to just commit to the bit. You may not want to, but you got to do what you got to do. Also, I forgot this needs to crank this down to like -10 should be fine. -5 should be okay. Okay, so this is now good. So this is frozen. These are kind of warm, but not frozen. We have a lot of standard meals. I'm going to start allowing people to make. That's fine, I think. Yeah. So. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that little discussion about streaming and VTubing. Like I said, it's just so silly. How did we get into this topic? Oh, I remember we were talking about the market and SpaceX. I still can't believe. Yeah, SpaceX is a disaster. Don't invest in SpaceX. I'm not a financial advisor, but if I looked at that stock, I would be like, no, I'm not touching this. It's way too risky. I'm one of those people that'll like, I'd rather just dump my money into like a mutual fund or something and just let someone else figure it out for me. I used to be one of those people that really enjoyed looking at stock charts all the time and being like, oh, I'm gonna figure out how to make like a more $1 billion with stocks and options and whatnot. But then I just got stressed all the time looking at those things, and I decided I cannot keep doing this. Like, it is actually so unhealthy for me to just perpetually be looking at stock charts, and the stress was driving me nuts whenever like it went up or down, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I know it probably doesn't matter to a lot of people, but hey, I'm at least telling you now, don't do it unless you can handle that level of stress. And we did get a new person, and we have Timberwolf hunting Avriel for food, who now needs to kill this thing. Thankfully you have a gun. Wait, we can have you bayonet charge it. We're gonna have you bayonet charge the wolf. That'll probably kill it. Charge. Nice. That bayonet charge is really overpowered. Okay, let's go assign this person real fast. So Light Bloom, did any of these people say anything in the last day? Okay, no. Alright. Are there any of these people in chat right now? Probably not. Who has had a pawn this run? Okay. Ixonia's dead. Hi, she's dead. Okay, go to Ziryu, I guess. Ziryu can have it. Alright. Ziryu is a new recruit. Let's see. An officer child who also grew up to be a gardener, chemical fascination, misandrist, blade whisperer, athletic, and good hygiene. So definitely wants a sword and a gun, which is kind of interesting. One of the problems right now, though, is we are now sitting at 22 pawns. Oh my god, we have a lot of people. I need to pick a few more knights. I need to pick one more knight to join the knights. It's probably gonna be Immortal. I kind of don't want to, but Immortal's probably good enough to be a knight. So we'll need to get more armor. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start swapping our gear. So our knights have been kind of using the same plate armor for a while, and it's time to switch to something else. In a different universe, I'd be a day trader. God. There's a lot of alternate timelines, and I can tell you the alternate timelines that already exist. In one alternate timeline, I became a Sims YouTuber. In an alternate timeline, I became a food and cooking channel. In an alternate timeline, yeah, I probably became a day trader, or like one of those like annoying like finance bro grifters, which probably would have been the cursed timeline. Also, thank you for the follow, Fickle Pickle. Welcome aboard, comrade. So. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting alternate timelines that could have happened, but none of them ever happened. So, I mean, this is the timeline where I got married to Ray, so that's the good timeline. As the people say, this is the good ending. I still remember, like, one of the earlier streams that I did as a VTuber is, like, when Ray showed up. So Ray's been around for, like, probably, like, one of the longest people that have been here, which is crazy to think about. Yeah. You don't hear that many stories like that where it's like a streamer and their partner meet up through something like Twitch, but hey, it can happen. There's a lot of weird stuff that you never know will occur, right? I do think about how old I am sometimes when it comes to this type of stuff. It's not only this too, but like a lot of the people that I know who stream have been streaming for like so long, and it made me think about it recently when League of Legends announced League Classic. And I was like, oh god, I think I have to play this. Which I know sounds terrible, but you don't understand. Me and my friends were playing League of Legends in high school. When I saw they announced League Classic, I immediately messaged some of them. I'm like, hey, are we getting on this? Because I was like, oh, it's the nostalgia bait. It's such hardcore nostalgia bait that I was like, I have to. If you don't know what League Classic is, it's basically, you know how every video game wants to do like their own classic version nowadays? Yeah, so imagine that, but it's League of Legends, where it's like, yeah, you get to play the original like 2010s version of League in all of its horrible jankiness. And I'm like, god, do I really want to? And I'm like, yeah, I probably do. Also, I'm gonna build another quarry. I need more rocks. We do have deep drills, but not the one I want to use. I'm just gonna build a quarry, I don't know, somewhere out here, and hopefully we can get some resources. Am I not allowed to put anything in where it's green? Put the quarry out here, it should be fine. Yeah, we'll do that. So, anyways, it's just kind of a interesting side note about when it comes to that type of deal. Like I said, League Classic and just like streaming as a whole has just changed in so many ways over the past couple of years. I feel like part of the difficulty of being a streamer is you have to just, it feels like there's always like a bit of one-upsmanship of like trying to be always in the spotlight, and that's why you always see people saying stupid things and trying to get, you know, and what's the saying, any amount of press is good press. So they'll say stupid things, they'll do stupid things because it'll be like, oh, it'll get clicks and generate hype and whatnot, and it's just like, but at what cost? Your dignity, your sanity, all sorts of different things are the cost of these things that they're trying to do, and it's a little silly. Also, I'm gonna make this a critical storage. I want this to be here. We actually cannot make medicine yet, so I should probably research that. We're gonna figure out how to make medicine. If I can figure out which one of these is the medicine technology. Okay, I have no idea which one of these is the medicine. I think I might need a different research tree mod. I think this one is starting to lag when there's a ton of items, and I am noticing it's becoming a bit of an issue. Let's get multi-split air conditioning. Let's get some heavier weapons. I do want to get at least 1 or 2 mechas. I would love to have our rats running around in giant mech suits because it'd be funny. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Okay, let me use the restroom real quick. I've been yapping for like an hour and a half, and I think I need to go do that. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I will let you all gaze at this section here that we're building up. It'll take some time for it to be built anyways, so it'll be fine. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh my god, I forgot to mute myself when I went to go use the restroom, so anyone could have been like talking in the microphone and I would have been able to know. Whoopsies. Okay. Something funny, you know, you stream once in blue moon, you do think it's fun, but you know, it's not very interesting, you're not trying to grow. But you want to tick over the next. To be fair, I know that feeling all too well. Like, you just want to go over that next hump, like trying to just go be, you know, like reach that next threshold. I understand that feeling, don't worry, I get it. Because it feels like a checkpoint, right? And it's a fun feeling when you do pass that checkpoint. I get it. Hopefully you reach that. I don't know what number you're at, but hopefully you do reach that number. Yeah, when funny number go up, it's fun. Human brain does like number go up. Actually, I do want to talk about a few things randomly that just came to mind, which actually I did find interesting. So first of all, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you my dinner if I can find the picture of it. So my local grocery store had some crazy sale on chicken wings. So I went and bought chicken wings and corn because the corn was like $3 for $1, and I'm like, I love corn. You don't understand. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in my DNA or something, but I enjoy eating like a beautiful buttered corn on the cob, and it's just so yummy and delicious. So I went and bought a bunch of it. Take a guess how much this entire meal cost me. Let me find a photo. Let me find it. Here we go. Take a guess. Take a guess how much this cost. I guarantee you're not going to believe how much this cost. It was essentially 8 whole chicken wings that I split, and then 3 corn on the cob. This was one meal. So this entire stack of chicken, which I did grill, and it was wonderful, cost me only about $4.50 because the chicken was about $3.50 and the corn was about $1. So I managed to, yeah, it was wonderful. I basted it with a wonderful barbecue sauce that I had bottled up. I didn't make it myself. I was like a pre-made one, but it was so good. And then this was on Sunday. I kid you not, I made this exact same thing this morning for lunch because I had 2 packs of chicken and I actually bought twice as much corn as this. So I literally had this thing for lunch and dinner yesterday and today, and it was so good. I was like, oh man, I love this type of stuff. Although I did kind of burn it a little bit because turns out barbecue sauce has a lot of sugar in it, unsurprisingly, and that tends to burn very quickly over coals. I do use bottled sauce. Well, here's the thing. I don't know how to make barbecue sauce from scratch. So if you know how to make barbecue sauce from scratch, congratulations. I don't. Otherwise, I probably would have, if I had to do it my own, I probably would have done something like buffalo sauce or something like that. But yeah, I do like barbecue sauce. I actually used to not like barbecue sauce that much on wings. I don't know what it is, but something awoken in me one day and I started just eating it more frequently just because it was tasty, and I like the little sweetness that come with it. So the other thing, oh god, I don't know if anyone wants to talk about this, but anyone play Persona? The cool hip video game franchise Persona? So anyways, for whatever reason, Netflix is apparently optioning a Persona TV series, and I'm like, as soon as I heard that in the news, I was like, oh god, they're gonna be milking Persona 5 for another 10 years. Yeah, that's right. We're getting a Persona TV series for some unholy reason. They have not announced anything about it other than it exists. Remember, this is the same. And you want to know what else is funny? The studio that's doing it is, god, I wish I was joking. The studio that's doing it is the same studio that did, what's that one franchise? What's that one series called? Stranger Things. Yeah, that thing that exists that people think about every now and again is the one that's doing it. I don't know. I'm mostly talking about it because I thought it was really funny. Also because I saw this really funny image that I couldn't stop giggling at, where apparently they're like trying to figure out like who's gonna be starring in it, and you get like someone just photoshopped the bunch of actors into look like the Persona characters, featuring actors like Tom Holland and Jennifer Lawrence and Timothy Chalamet and all these other nonsense stuff. There's not actually gonna be them, but yeah, there is a Persona TV show that's gonna come out at some point, or I think it's a TV show or a movie, can't remember. Yeah, live. Sorry, the reason why it's interesting, it's not because it's an animated TV show. It's a live action TV show. It's a live action Persona TV series. Why is that a thing? I don't know, but it is a thing that's existing at some point. Oh, right. I wanted to grow wheat on the next cycle. We're going to try to grow wheat on the next growing cycle. So I do need to prepare the crop fields for that. So we'll have to see how long that's going to take. These apples are not going to grow fast enough. Say Castlevania, Cyberpunk. I don't know. They're already doing a new Cyberpunk series. They're doing that new animated one. Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2, right? I like the first one a lot. I don't know how the second one's gonna pan out, but it's so popular. I'm so surprised at how much people love Cyberpunk, honestly. I tried to play Cyberpunk. I didn't finish it. I felt kind of bad. I thought it was fun up to a point, but at some point I was just like, it's all right. It's not really my type of game. I think I've come to the general conclusion that I just don't really like open world RPGs all that much. It's not really a genre that I find super exciting to play most of the time, and that's why I just kind of didn't vibe with Cyberpunk. And I don't know. I could maybe play it one day and finish it up. I heard it runs really well on the Steam Deck, but honestly, when I'm playing on my Steam Deck, I'm using it for more silly games, like Everything is Crab and Persona 4 and 5. I was actually in the middle of replaying Persona 4 when they announced that Persona 4 remake is coming out super soon, so I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna drop this. I'll just wait for a remake to come out and play that one instead. So we'll see. I need a drink. So we'll see how it pans out with these Persona TV shows, because God, I don't know. I think Netflix is just optioning anything that they can because they know they have the pull for it and that keeps people subscribed. Like the whole, what is it, like Avatar: The Last Airbender live action, and then you've got the One Piece live action, and it's just a matter of time until your favorite franchise can become bastardized by Netflix and turn into a, 12 episode live action franchise that's going to get canceled after 1 or 2 seasons when it doesn't perform well, or doesn't perform well enough, or it costs too much to make. I guarantee that will happen, and it will be tragic. Oh my gosh, I forgot the Halo TV show existed, honestly. I remember, so here's the thing. I have never played a Halo campaign. Like ever. I've never really played any of the Halo games because I've only played multiplayer whenever I hang out with my friends who love Halo, but I've never played any Halo game from start to finish at all. But I know the general plot beats, primarily because I like reading wikis on various franchises, and Halo has a very interesting world building, especially because I really like reading about the fall of Reach and stuff like that. And yeah, all my friends who watched the Halo TV series said, yeah, this show sucks. It's awful. And then apparently it exploded after 2 seasons, and then just nothing ever happened about it. Persona 5 announced. Trust me, Persona 5 is always announced. Everything is always Persona 5. When in doubt, just know that we will eventually return to Persona 5. We will never be free from Persona 5. Everything is always Persona 5. Because at least they announced Persona 6. I'm happy that they did that at the very least. Because otherwise, I think I could not handle another 10 years of Persona 5 discourse and all that jazz. Played 1 and 2 at your first time. They had an Xbox at the employee lounge. You played Camp Ghost and Friends. Never got a multiplayer. Read books. Yeah, I heard the books were not that bad either. Yeah, and I heard like a lot of the other stuff of Halos. Like a lot of the early Halo is really good. My friends mostly complain about new Halo, so like anything Halo Infinite related and stuff like that are just like not very good, as what I've been told. But I don't know too much. I don't even know that much about Bungie because I don't even play like any Bungie games. All I know is that Bungie has imploded, and it's kind of tragic if you like Bungie anything, because hey, they I don't want to say they're dead, but let's be real, they're kind of dead now, which is a bit of a shame. It's really tragic what happened to Bungie. I think they had they flew too close to the sun or something. I don't know. I remember seeing somewhere that like, oh yeah, Bungie just basically blew like $1 bajillion on random, like a brand new office building, and that's why they're losing so much money or something along those lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 Reach were Bungie games. 4, 5 were Infinite were 3, 4, 3. Oh yeah, the 3, 4, 3 ones. I think the ones my friends complain about, because I've always heard really good things about 1, 2, 3 and Reach. A lot of my friends love Reach and ODST as well. The Bungie that made Halo 1 3 has been... Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Bungie's only focus now is what? Well, they get bought up by Microsoft, and they go make... and then they kind of stop supporting Destiny as much because they're trying to focus on Marathon, and Marathon is kind of in its weird fugue state right now, where it's like, yeah, people play it, but it's not really reaching the sales numbers that I think they're expecting. Oh my gosh, it is 22 centigrade. We really need multi-split air conditioning. Did I get it already? We do need to start getting air conditioning running soon. We also need to start figuring out, let's see here, because it is the growing. I want to grow wheat. I want to grow lots and lots of wheat. Oh, these are set. That one's set for wheat, and this one's set for potatoes. We're gonna make some actual food, okay? We're no longer just gonna eat simple meals. Our goal is to actually produce high quality consumables, such as what can I do with wheat? Tacos. We're gonna make tacos. Except we don't have milk. I forgot we don't have milk. What can I do with flour? Can probably bake sweets is my guess. Yeah, probably bake sweets. Oh my gosh, a warg is hunting us. All right, I'm gonna go kill this marksman's got a weapon. I'm sure marksman can fight off this warg. There's always big hyper technological fantasy element underlying more grounded war story, but once the creator decided to demystify the secret lore and put it in front of the fame. Yeah, that's kind of fair too. I'm always a big fan of when these stories I like it when things are explained, but there's also like a certain mystery that you need to just kind of keep. But I also prefer it when things are also like, if you're gonna tell a war story, keep it to the war. We don't need space fantasy mysticism, which is fine sometimes. Star Wars kind of had it, but Halo definitely didn't need it. I wish Halo kind of stuck to more being like science fiction, if that makes sense. Actually, I complain about this in the opposite direction. I don't like it when my fantasy franchise becomes a lot more modernized. I get why it happens and technological progress can happen quickly, but like my biggest example of this is Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender. I really like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's one of my favorite series that I watched growing up. But one of my biggest issues for the transition from Avatar: The Last Airbender to Legend of Korra is technology advanced at such a rapid rate, and a lot of these things that were exclusive to specific subsets of people just became very normalized. Like lightning bending was a very rare specialized skill, and then in the Legend of Korra era, oh, like electricity's like they're just casually generating electricity for the city with lightning bending, and I'm just like, this is so stupid. And it really bothers me when fantasy franchises lean into being more techy, I guess, is my ultimate complaint that I'm trying to get at. Like I just wish they didn't. I wish they just kind of stuck to being, you know, fantasy. The secret lore for Halo is that the Forerunners piss off their gods so much that the gods unalive themselves and turn into relevant cosmic horrors that only exist to punish living things. And that's what the Flood actually is. Oh. That's a really weird piece of lore. I mean, sure, I guess. Can't say I would like that lore, but I guess if that's what the Halo people want, who am I to judge and question them? That's their whole call. I don't have enough steel for this, good lord. I need so we have a smelter, right? So I can turn slag. I need more slag. We need more metal. I don't know if we're gonna get more metal anywhere. I think we've already ripped apart most of the map. Oh, I have an idea. Let's kill more animals. We have a lot of leathers. Actually, we have enough. Let's go do that. Okay. We don't actually have enough hauling animals. It's kind of annoying, but there is a wonderful spot that we're gonna go to. So we're gonna send who's our normal speaker? We'll send Ranu, and we'll send one knight. We'll send Riston as the knight. And we'll take the non-pregnant muffalos. Yeah, we'll take these two with us. Do I need any more pack animals? We could send Daisy, who's also kind of a pack animal, but probably not necessary. I think we just take the muffalos. And then we will haul over all the light leather, basically everything that's not Hyperweed Double Stranded Cloth. Send these wools too, that's fine. And then they'll need some food supplies. So don't take the Glitter World, take the standard medications. And then we'll need to bring 6 simple meals is probably fine. Yeah, it's fine. They should be there soon enough. It's not a very long journey. We do need more heal route, which is kind of an issue. So we'll have to figure that out soon too. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I don't really know much about Halo stuff. I appreciate the amount of stuff that Halo has in it, but it's just not the franchise for me. There's a lot of other franchises I'd rather engage with, and you know, like playing League of Legends. No, I'm kidding. We're not gonna do that. I think someone asked the other day if I would ever stream League of Legends, like, or League Classic. I'm just like, no, I will never ever stream League of Legends on this channel. It is like one of my few rules that I have hard coded into my existence as a VTuber. Never stream League of Legends. Even if they offered me money, I would like, no, I'm not gonna stream League of Legends. I'm so sorry. As much as I like the game, you cannot make me stream this. It's just not something that I want to touch. Hello there, Sir Dante. How are you, comrade? So, which is interesting because actually I was watching a League of Legends tournament the other day because I used to watch. I sometimes watch professional League of Legends, and recently there was a big tournament that everyone's more or less calling the UNC tournament, where they basically pulled out all these old League pros from the heyday of League. Like we're talking like professionals from 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, and basically shoved them all into like a charity tournament. I think it was a charity tournament. It was so funny. No, I have no intention of streaming Destiny 2. I'm not terribly interested in the game. That's literally the only reason why I don't plan on streaming it. I know you keep asking me, like, are you gonna stream Destiny 2? No, I'm sorry. I just am not interested in Destiny 2, like, really. I know it's sad, but I really don't care for the game. I think Destiny is one of those games that you kind of had to have been playing from the beginning and to really get the full experience. And because I think they also had that weird thing where they like vaulted a lot of the story content for some reason. And it's just like, but why would you vault story-based content just because because it's just like part of your content plan? Like it's almost the same as if Final Fantasy 14 or WoW decided to essentially you can't play the Heaven's Ward or Wrath of the Lich King storylines anymore, or it's just kind of it's just there and you can only hear about it. Is getting into Rimworld too hard? No, it's really getting into Rimworld's not hard. Getting good at Rimworld's hard. But it's very easy to just kind of start playing and just kind of like learning how the game works. I would recommend, if you like, just give it a shot. Is it on sale? I mean, Steam sale's going on right now. Go give it a shot. I recommend it. It's worth learning experience full story. They actually improved the added new player experience in the last couple of years. That's good, at least. That's good to hear, at the very least. Like I said, I think some of these games are just not. Some of these I don't like the idea of vaulting single player or like story content because they decide, oh, it's not really popular anymore, it's not needed. It's like, no, you still got to keep it there because someone's gonna want to experience that content, and you're just taking it away for what reason? Exactly, there's not a real good reason to get rid of that stuff, and it makes no sense. Oh, they arrived. Let's trade. Okay, so we're gonna sell off all of our copious amounts of leathers that we have. So how much money do I have to work with? I am working with 5,000 gold. Now I can't take all their, I cannot take all of their steel, unfortunately. I could buy a husky. We could probably buy the components. Glass steel's probably appropriate to buy. Psychic Sooth Pulser's not bad. Let's see, any fun books? The Lawyer's Gauntlet Recreation. Don't really need that one. A Learning Assistant. A sensory recording system that replays important experiences during sleep, strengthening the formation of new memories. Can I have this in real life? Someone's gonna hijack it and just start replaying ads in my brain like while I go to bed, and that's probably gonna be the cursed timeline. Ooh, an Archotech arm? Wait. You know what? I might actually buy the Archotech arm. We don't need the plasteel. I think I want the Archotech arm. I don't know why these people are just like casually holding on to this, but that sounds incredibly good. And then the rest of our funds we'll just buy whatever steel we can afford, which is probably not that much. Let's see. The cost was 2.37. I got 261, so I could probably buy about like 120. Give or take. Okay, I can buy 115. It's close enough. Okay, so we'll buy that, and then we'll saunter on back home. You long live Warframe, thanks for the real tip. If you want to get in the game, but look kind of hard, too technical. There's a decent tutorial that the game has that'll probably get you started. Like, it seems scary at first, but trust when I say this. Just go with the experience, and if you ever fail, there's always people that are willing to help you figure out why you failed. I mean, on Discord, we have a Rimworld channel, and people talk about their Rimworld experiences all the time. Not saying you need to join Discord, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of communities out there that do have a lot of people that love to discuss Rimworld and all the shenanigans that are involved with the game. This is actually a very annoying way that I built this because I cannot just easily hook this in. Whatever, that's fine. Just run pipes the whole way. You never know when you're gonna need water all the way there anyways. Okay, so we have access to heavy weapons, but I don't have the steel for it, and I actually don't have any slate. I don't have enough slate. I gotta dig out more slate. Let's get this uranium out of there. And let's get the ceramics. I don't think ceramics... Oh, ceramics do expire. Oh, shoot. These do expire. That's a problem. Let's quickly make another crate here. We'll do this one for ceramics. For now, I don't know what to do with ceramics, but we might need it at a later point, so I want to just make sure we have that ready. So... But yeah, I don't know. I tried getting into Warframe, but it's just not... It's not a game for me, and I think I talked about that before. I'm just picky, and when I say picky, I'm not like super picky. It's more just like I like specific games that appeal to my easily entertained monkey brain, where it's just like, hoo-hoo, funny shooty and funny racing games and whatever my friends want to play, like, unfortunately, League of Legends, and yeah. I'm trying to think. I think so. Basically, like, my entire thing is like the games I will never stream, even if I like playing them on my off time. Is I basically will never stream Gacha. I will never stream League of Legends. I will never stream. I think there's like one other category that I'm like blanking out on, but those are at least the primary ones that I have no intention of streaming. Whether that's a good or bad thing to you, it's your interpretation, but just don't have. Description applied to Warframe. I'm sure it's got a lot of funny shooty stuff. Yeah, that would be fun, but I like my milsim shooters, even if they're a little arcadey like Battlefield. Let's see. What do you mean boo? Is the boo because I'm not playing League or because I'm not playing Gacha? I know there's people who are like, you should stream Uma Musume, and I was like, yeah, I could have streamed Uma Musume when everyone else was streaming it, but I was like, I also don't want to stream the funny horse girl game. I know it's super popular. A lot of my friends are into Uma Musume, but for me, I actually did play Uma Musume for a little bit, and I thought it was kind of entertaining. Like, I do like some of it, but I was also just like, I just didn't want to keep playing it, honestly. The music's really good. That's like my favorite part about it, but that's the extent of it. I do sometimes like my idle garbage. Why is it spamming? I don't think it's spamming, and it says that's the only message you sent since the whole saying long live Warframe. Actual gameplay just, hey, Warframe, go burr. See, that's a little too much for me. I like having like, okay, I have a gun, and it's like, this is my rifle, this is my gun, and all that stuff. I don't need to be customizing my suits. I just want to be dude. I think that's the thing why Battlefield appeals to me and a lot of other those shooters, is that I am just John Battlefield, and I am out in the war fighting for my nebulous side of this conflict, and that's the extent of all I need to know. A game like Warframe, where it's a lot more personal, it's a little different, and that's kind of why I'm not like super into it, but it's still a lot of fun if you like that type of thing. Oh, I gotta run. Did I run power lines through this? I don't know if I ran power lines through this, or am I out of power? Oh, I check my power grid. Oh my goodness, I forgot to put a power conduit in this one civic tile. Okay. A Landschreck is visiting. Okay, so one of the problems we're running into is we apparently don't have enough guest beds for everyone, so we need to fix this. Also, our animals are starving. There's not enough food here. Hay grass takes a while to grow. These animals are gonna starve unless I can make a metric ton of kibble in the near future. Can I? Oh, wait, yeah, let's go make kibble. There we go. They use any mods? Yes, the mod list that I have, which I don't have posted anywhere. Oh, I do have it posted somewhere. The mod list is about 186 items. Hold on. Let's see. If you want the mods, I can link it real quick. This is the mod list that I'm using. I don't use Z levels because Z levels is bound to break something, and I don't want to deal with the insanity that Z levels would create when it comes to just making it'll make the game run slower. How about that? It's gonna make the game run slower. Don't really want to deal with that nonsense, so that's why we don't play with Z levels. Okay. I really need to get that other drill going at some point. But I've seen Z levels, I've seen zombie mods. I love the zombie mods, those are a lot of fun. But we also don't play with them too often because, again, they kind of break things half the time, so working what we got. All right, we gotta grow more. Okay, so potatoes are growing, so we'll have some food. We have wheat, which is growing quickly. So let me think. This should be enough. What do I not have any food research that I can cook with wheat? Because I know you have to like mill it, right, into flour. Yeah, I heard that it's a product of AI now, which is really tragic. I think that's so sad that he kind of just went super deep onto the AI train. That's it's very unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this fueled prep table. We don't need this anymore. I think I'm gonna replace it with the... Okay, here we go, an oven. So with an oven, you can bake things and do bakery things, which is what we want. We want to bake foods. Oh, why did we kill that boomalope right there? Okay, hold on. Okay, maybe we should start putting out the fire before the whole colony catches on fire, please. Now. You try here to live yourself to watch become the villain, apparently. Yeah, that's more or less what happened with him. I'm kind of surprised at how... Oh, what the heck? Did my model freeze? What is going on? What? Oh my god, VTube Studio just crashed. That was weird. Get long delays. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, I think it's because you're in Mexico, right? If worse comes to worse, if you want to catch up on YouTube, you just set speed to ×2, and it'll run the stream at 2x speed until you catch up to where I'm at, or where I'm actually live. Okay, yeah, killing these boomalopes is always a risk I hate doing. Also need to make sure we have enough electricity, because we're gonna go kill more wildlife. Let's kill these. Probably need to kill the muffalo stack at some point, but we'll ignore that for now. Oh, wrong button. That's the training button. I want to kill them. I really don't want to tame these ibexes. There's no dragons. Oh, there is a dragon. Oh, shoot. I almost set this to hunt the dragon. Do we want to tame a giant dragon? I guess we should tame a dragon, right? 20% chance to attack you if you fail to tame it. Okay, great. Well, you know what? We'll try it anyways. I'm not opposed to trying to tame such a wonderful beast. Okay. Let's also get this one sorted out. We don't need this. Let's haul these. I know there's haul that one, and then this one has berries as well. I think these animals are going to eat it because they're like super hungry, which is fine. I don't really care as long as they're not going to die. We are making kibble for them, but it's going to take a little bit to get that kibble out there. So I think I was ordering Alana to just make metric tons of kibble, but oh, you did. Fantastic. Also, I love how he refuses to acknowledge that he may be code qualities, and the only reason that some people dislike AI. Yeah, I mean, there's a million legitimate reasons to dislike AI, and I think some people are just like so, what's the saying, their heads are so far up their ass that they don't want to think about any other potential, like this could be a bad thing, right? Like, they're just really knee deep on the whole, there's nothing that could be wrong with this. Like, gosh, the thing too that I hate is that you can't use the word AI in certain contexts anymore that makes sense, that's not related to generative AI. Like video game AI, it's like, okay, it's how the, your opponent, these artificial opponents move, but you say AI and people are just like, whoa, AI. It's like wrong AI. Mika's your favorite AI, wrong form of AI also. That's also like an incorrect way to use when people are complaining about generative AI. See? Xanth is exact proof of this. Very true. Yeah, or any of the actual practice. Yeah, exactly. The actual purposes of like machine learning and science and technology. Like I enjoy stuff like that for, say, the usage in, I don't know what I'm thinking of, like algorithms to like minimize the amount of like work I have to do to look at a spreadsheet, But even still, I don't want AI to be doing my work for me. I want it to just help me analyze data quickly. Generative AI is the garbage part. The cost of use of your RAM. Oh, you know what's interesting about RAM prices now that you bring it up? I don't know if anyone saw this, but like apparently a lawsuit's going after the 3 major RAM manufacturers. So like Micron, Samsung, and DIN something. I can't remember the last one, which is very interesting. And I kind of mentioned it last week too. It was like, oh, hey, remember like a couple years ago when there was a RAM cartel lawsuit and like it might happen again? Lo and behold, it's literally happening again. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but I think it'll be interesting if it does go anywhere. Right? We'll see. I am genuinely curious to see if it goes anywhere. Let's put this here. We'll have a Christmas tree. You're further south, just third world internet. Oh, got it. It's like super far. Who's buying these wild animals? Oh, Riston's buying mad animals. Rano's got a gun. Space Case has a weapon. Where's the other one? There's a Mega Sloth. Oh, we killed the Mega Sloth. Alright, that's fine. Nice, Space Case. You got a gun. Time to be a hero. Okay. You have a shield and a rifle, neither of which you can actually use with a shield, which is very funny. But can you bayonet charge? You can! That's so stupid. That's so dumb. How long until this one gets converted? Oh my gosh, it's gonna take forever. Her base resistance is so high. Is there a way to just like how do I make this go faster? If I mentally break her, will she become a lot easier to convert? Is that how that works? I'm kind of curious. Oh gosh, I forgot we have all this stuff we gotta move out of the way. All right, we have an Archotech arm. I'm gonna see who I want to give this to. Let's see, who wants a reprocessor stomach, which will improve your hunger rate and prevent you from ever having gut worms. Let's see, PETA would be, yeah, PETA would be proud for sure. But anyways, yeah, we'll see if the we'll see how that lawsuit goes. Go on the stomach, sure. All right. Actually, Riston, no, you're not gonna get the stomach. I will give you the Archotech arm because I think it's funnier to have you have that arm. I'm gonna give the stomach to someone else. You can have that. You can have the Architect arm, and then I'm gonna give the stomach to. Is any one of these pawns have that stupid thing that makes them like eat like a bajillion? Yeah, ravenous. Okay. I think we might give Raviel the one. Let's see. Is anyone else ravenous here? Okay, so it's just Avriel. Okay, I'm gonna give Avriel the stomach primarily because he's got he has ravenous, which makes him eat a lot. So I think if we put this on him, it probably cancels out the ravenous penalty. Oh, I put on the wrong person, didn't I? There we go. Okay. You had someone argue with you about balancing using VAE, DMS, and malaria the other day. I can understand why you couldn't take that. Why is this? Oh, this muffle is after Space Case. You might want to just grab this and just beat the shit out of this thing real quick. We're gonna pull someone over here. Ziryu, no, Garm is angry because Garm is perpetually depressed, which I can't really do anything about. It's just kind of a trait Garm has. Yeah. It's been hot as you wanted to strangle. I don't blame you for wanting to strangle someone. I don't think you could take anyone who uses anime mods and DMS as like a prime example of balance, because they're very much designed to be. Oh shoot, he's dying. Space Case is dead or dying. Let's go rescue you real quick. Are you dying of anything significant? No, it's just bruises. You'll be fine in due time. I don't have the opposed just, I don't know, beat this thing up. Oh, we gotta fix our armor. So it's been something I've been meaning to do, but we're gonna start swapping our night gear from full armor sets to. Unfortunately, the armor works for a point, but I think it's time that we embraced modern technology and move away from plate armor. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start moving our Ratkin to, at least some of them, to the combat suits, which will be a lot more protective. So I'm gonna need at least 3 of these. Okay. Let me make sure that this is not gonna be worn by anyone either. Yeah. Don't allow those. Only the soldiers are gonna be allowed to have that kit. So that'll be fine. Gifford had passed to repel the depressive thoughts. Yeah, we should. Especially because I'm sure Garm is still kind of recovering from, the recent stuff that had happened. It's really triggering because they had all this fluff for their faction mod, including squad lows, but it was never blatantly obvious. They never read any of the combat doctrine whatsoever. Military names like, wait. Give the name of the mod. Is it actually like on the workshop, or is it just something that they were working on? I'm actually kind of curious. I like reading people's stuff. Like if I made a mod, it would probably be very inappropriate too. Like it would probably not have proper doctrine and stuff. It'd just be like wacky wish fulfillment fantasy shenanigans. I remember like at one point I was like really interested in helical barrel or helical magazines, even though they're super impractical for the most part. I was just like, man, these are cool because they spiral and you can use, if you put it at the front, you can use it as a grip. Heavy machine gun Pegasus. Wait, but isn't that what I did? I'm pretty sure I did that exact thing when I was trying to come up with weapon ideas for like a Rimworld Yukinora Research Institute mod, and they were all just like, they have actual code names, you know, like proper names. Like they have a nickname and then they have like the letters name, you know what I mean, like letters and numbers. And I was just like, wait, I literally did that. I don't pretend I'm making realistic. That's fair enough too. Yeah, I'm basically pretending it's just wacky science fiction, like near future nonsense garbage. We do need to grow beer, actually. Actually, you're so right. We should start manufacturing alcohol. I think the colony could probably use a decent amount of beer. Do Ratkin have a unique alcohol, actually? I do not know. I need to find out if Ratkin have a unique liquor that they consume. I don't think they do, but now I'm kind of curious if they do. Have you noticed Ratkin's only a single weapon with a nickname? That's isn't it, was it the Rosethorn? Right? It's not under the weapon label. Okay, to be fair, calling a heavy machine gun Pegasus sounds kind of sick, even if it's super silly. I do see the silliness of it though. Yeah, especially if you're trying to be like a super paramilitary, like modern style, then yes, calling it stuff like that is a little silly. I guess they were probably thinking of the whole, like, oh, we can call this plane like a warthog type deal. But it's like, you generally don't apply that to firearms. You primarily apply it to vehicles and things along that matter. And usually they have names that are similar to, you know, it is a little cringe. I will not disagree with that. Yeah. But at the same time, hey, I don't know, maybe rules on the rim are a little different. Hey, I'm pretty cringe. I make cringy stuff too, so I kind of understand the guy's point of view, as dumb as that sounds. God, I can simply, I need to find out something real quick. What is 70 times 24? I just want to find how many stacks in 1800. So I want to make sure I have 1800 units of concrete mix. There we go. Oh yeah, no, I know very much in real life that it's not very common, right? They're not as fanciful as like Warthog or Pegasus. A lot of times it's just like a shorthand to call the vehicle by its like actual designation, right? That's kind of how it is. I'm actually gonna look up that document that I wrote because I remember I gave the weapons like really dumb names. Like this one is called, what did I call them actually? Yeah, I gave them really silly names. Let's see here. Rimworld. All right, goodbye, Sir Dante. Thank you for joining us. Let's see, what did my document sheet say? Oh yeah, we got weapons like Predation and Gatewatch and Jetstream and Cascade. Oh yeah, I had some stupid weapon name ideas, but it was fun. Oh, we gotta build this I wanted to build this hotel. All right, let's get this slapped out. Me good at coming up with fun names, even though they're very nonsensical. So I'm gonna swap these around. I want to make sure slate blocks is priority 1, and then everything else comes second. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like calling HMMV, you're not going to say that. You're just going to say Humvee. Way easier to say, easier to roll off the tongue. I need more slate. Where can I find some slate on the map? There's so many components that I don't need. Oh, there were org charts to go with it. Okay. That's a little different, but that's kind of interesting, though. So I'll dig this out, too. I want all this slate out of here. Also deconstruct this entire section. I want this all stripped out. There we go. Just I want to start cleaning up the map. The map's a little messy. And they something like machine gun and gave everyone an MG. Okay, let me ask though, were they mixing up machine guns with just any weapon that just fires like an automatic weapon? Or was it legitimately everyone has some like legitimate machine gun type weapon Not an assault rifle, but like a big bulky machine gun. Because now I'm kind of curious, like, what is the specifics about this? Okay. Okay, now I'm imagining. I kind of want to boot up door kickers and try an entire squad of just machine guns, like running around with like running around with like saws. It sounds so funny. I'm just imagining an entire squad running around with saws and going like, all right, we defeated the target and everyone around them and the building, because there's the bullets just punch through the paper mache walls of, I don't know, the crack house that they're trying to deal with. That sounds so funny, actually. I'm kind of curious how they came up with that. Did we make the armor sets yet? Okay, we are making them. Okay, cool. This is gonna take a little bit until this this Ratkin armor set is ready. Once these combat suits are done, it'll be great. But oh, we're being raided by mechs again. It's always mechs. Alright, this one's a lot smaller at least. What do we got? Cyclopses and Tesserons, and the Pikemans are probably the most annoying one. The problem is our ballista can barely reach them. Alright, let's go shooting. Riston, I want you on the ballista here. And let's get someone else on the ballista real quick. Just shoot them from afar. I don't know where all of our ballista bullets went, and I'm kind of annoyed. I think they went over here, I bet. I'm gonna be pissed off if they are. They are in here. I knew it. Oh god, I'm super annoyed now. Storage. Bolts should not be in here because I need them literally anywhere else. Yeah. So now they're not near their designated areas, and that's the problem. Your rule of thumb is that you can't write that kind of fluffy. Only fools don't actually know what they're talking about. Just leave it out of your stuff. It just makes suspension of disbelief. Yeah, but I also understand the person being like, it's just cool. Oh gosh. Oh, whoa, Zero was. Oh, I didn't realize they were over there too. Okay, let's see. Can we rescue in time? Okay, this is actually a lot more enemies than I thought there were. So we gotta get this set up. Where is Airman Joker? And where are you getting shot? Oh, they came in. Oh, there were 3 landings. Oh shoot, I didn't realize. Okay, hold on. I did not realize there were 3 different landings. Oh god. Do they just die? I don't think I can rescue them. What the heck? I thought there was just like 1 landing. I didn't realize there were 3. Good lord. That's super annoying. Okay, hold on. I would like to reload this. I did not realize there were 3 separate landings. That's actually kind of nuts. Actually ridiculous. All right, bit by bit we'll do our best to survive. That's a good question. I clicked the show jump to location and it jumped over here and I was like, oh, that's it, cool, and completely not paying attention to all the other directions. You know what I should probably be doing? I should make sure I probably press the funny button usually that says emergency and force everyone to go back inside. That would probably help my survivability go up quite a bit, wouldn't it? We should fix this. What flooring do people staying in a cool hotel want? They probably want wooden floors for the main areas, right? Wood has that premium feel. And then we'll put in some carpet for the bedrooms. Let's see. What colored carpet do you normally find in hotel bedrooms? Like a nice granite color? That's probably fine, right? Yeah, and then probably just put some tile in here. A very simple slate lime or tile. There we go. That'll be good to go in a bit. I don't know if the game's gonna trigger the mechanoid raid again, but we'll see in a second, because I honestly have no clue. If the game starts lagging like it is right now. Okay, we have heavy weaponry. What can we actually make that's like heavy duty weapons? We actually have so many weapon choices. Oh, never mind. We're getting raided by people. The Treaty of Galga. Oh god, Ziryu is over here. Are they attacking immediately? They are attacking immediately. They're humans. Oh, they're going after that rat. Okay, let's just do this real fast. We'll turn on emergency mode. Let's go deal with this real quick. So, emergency on. This doesn't work correctly, so I want everyone into the safety zone. And let's start grabbing whoever can fight. Ziryu's out there, so we need at least one. Xanth is a knight. Okay, so let's get the knights, which is the 3 of these. Yeah. Pull them out. Everyone with a rifle, which I probably need to start assigning to a new area themselves. And I need to probably... I don't think I'm going to make Umi a knight, but it's just kind of fun to keep Umi... Oh god, I don't have a gun. I have a machine gun with barely any bullets. Ranu's got a shotgun. It's not probably going to do much. Let's just keep moving down here. This should probably be enough to at least hold the line. If they start breaching the wall, I'm going to be actually impressed. Oh, they are breaching the wall. They actually have wall. Oh, hello. They actually can breach that. Okay, this is a problem. We may need to get ready to deal with this area here. Xanth is going to move over there quickly, but they are breaking through the rear, and it is becoming a problem. Ziryu managed to escape. I think they might be going for Ziryu. Just run away. Okay. Xanth is here to intercept the breachers. Let's see if Xanth can kill a few of them. Okay, Zooposer is going to pull back. Avril, pull back. You're drunken wafer. You shoot around the corner here. Okay. Xanth is holding the line there alone. I think this one's going to try to find a way around. We may need to pull another fighter in. Let's get Umi in, and let's get Marksman in. Garm, for some reason, doesn't have a gun, which means we got to get Garm's gun back. What are you using? Standard sniper rifle. Do I have a standard Ratkin sniper? I do not. I don't know what happened to it. I got to get more. I am being backdoored by Randy, but not in that lewd way that you're implying. Oh, shoot, they have grenades. Okay, they're gonna break through the wall. Yeah, that's about right. Oh god, these grenades are always way stronger than I expect them to be. They actually do like way more damage than I anticipate. Okay, Riston, you need to kill this one. Okay, how's Xanth doing? Xanth is more or less killing everyone by himself, which is great. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna keep these 2 in case they break through the wall, but Xanth is trying to hold the line by himself. I need to pull back. He needs to pull back. Oh no, Xanth got downed. Oh no, he's gonna die. Let's get Alana over there ready to go to emergency grab and tend. Okay. Let's see if we can go have these guys try to back door now. We gotta push up as fast as we can. I might have to break down this wall. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna reload and we're gonna break down the wall here. I need to have an opening here. That's probably a bad idea. Am I willing to sacrifice Xanth, or am I trying to rescue Xanth? That's the ultimate question that we have to ask ourselves. If I had another fighter here, this might be more doable, but I don't have another fighter who's like right here. Umi and Marksman are over here. Zeoposer and Riston are running as fast as they can through the corridor. The Drunken Wayfarer assisting, but it's going to take a bit of time. If they fling any grenades, that's the issue. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Zeoposer run down this corridor. And then we're going to have Riston... Drunken Wayfarer needs to pull back. You need to stand over here. Fight in this corner. Have Riston run out and just start bashing heads in. Okay. We're gonna have you use your high explosive shot in this direction. Come on. Okay. Not working. Yeah, this armor's not working anymore. It's not enough. Okay, so the opposer's like trying to run over there as fast as possible. Alana should be approaching the corridor quickly as well. How badly tuned are we talking about? Like, what do we mean? Okay, want to shoot the guy, not the monkey? Okay, I guess not. We're just gonna shoot the donkey. Sorry, I meant donkey. Okay, beat that. But yeah, I was always scared of the explosives because they were always super nutty to deal with, like super painful. Okay, come on, Riston, you can kill this man. Okay, they're backing up. Good. Okay, Alana can go quickly tend here, and then let's go see if any of these want to be captured. Oh, gotcha. Oh, they buffed explosives. Yikes. Okay. None of these are ratkins, so I don't really want to keep any of them, so we're just gonna kill them all. None of them are really worth keeping. Fantastic. Let's kill the animal while we're at it. Kill the yak. These guys don't have anything of note. All right, finish them off. Finish off this guy. You can probably go back. All right, should be fine. Fine. Let's undraft everyone. We gotta fix our corner defenses. I need more automated defenses. Also, Bashi was out here for some reason, and Bashi could have died in a That would have been bad. Also, Ranu's dying, which is also very not good. Okay, are you gonna die? You are very close to dying. Drunken Wayfarer is not a doctor. Avriel is not a doctor. Just quickly rescue Ranu. Let's also set everyone to unrestricted now. Let's go solve this. Your plate armors are not 303 proof because that's basically what shot Xanth. Xanth basically got murdered by 303 and magnums and shotgun slugs. So I'm like, we need to upgrade your guns, your armor. I think your plate armor is not strong enough anymore unless I make him out of plasteel, and I can't really afford to give you all plasteel armor. Actually, okay, you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna have Alana ignore you now. I have these two arrive up here. No, carry Ranu, come over here. Just try to have them meet in the middle here. We'll just tend on the floor right here before Ranu dies. Okay, so you are fine. You tend here. Okay, you undraft. Okay, you rescue Xanth. That should be fine. I think yours is legendaries. That's probably why you didn't get injured. But Xanth got damaged because I think his gear is just standard. Yeah, he's got normal steel, and I think you've got, like, some high-end nonsense. Okay, I thought we were tending. Okay, Lana's want to go. Wait, why are you using the Glitter World medicine? Don't use the Glitter World medicine. Come on. I don't know why. I set the pawns to stop using the Glitter World medicine. They're just like, oh, we're gonna use Glitter World. No, don't use the Glitter World. This stuff is expensive. I can't afford using Glitter World medicine on such minor injuries. It's nonsense. Also, I thought we installed the arm on you, but apparently we didn't. Oh shoot, I just gave you a standard bionic arm. I thought I gave you the Archotech arm. Well, I guess you have a new arm. Actually, no, we'll just swap it out real quick. You're already gonna be in the bed, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a gunshot wound. It's a minor injury, right? Let's replace that with the Archotech arm. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let's say Rissen's missing something. Rissen's missing a toe. I don't have spare toes to give. I'm sorry. Yeah, minor injuries. Listen, if they're alive, then they're not dead, which means they're totally okay. That's totally how this works. I have enough. Oh, I'm running out of power. Oh, shoot. It turns out my plant fields are being blocked by trees, which means I probably have to pour some concrete here to prevent it from growing any more trees. That's probably why I'm not getting enough power anymore. So we are running into problems with that. Okay, also, how's our bakery? Okay, here we go. So with flour, I can manufacture meat pies, muffins, pizzas, sweet rolls, polenta. I like the flavor text. A simple baked good. Since thousands of years, humans bake and eat these tasty loaves. This is VGP, right? Okay, I think the VGP sweet roll covered in sugary icing, pizza in 30 minutes or less. This one actually provides you a bunch of buffs, which is kind of interesting. Cookies, pie. We can't really make most of these. We could probably make the meat pies at most, which is easy enough to manufacture once we kind of get set up here. So we'll try, as long as we're connected to everything that we need. Yeah, but we're running out of power, so we got to get this figured out with the whole plants in the way of everything. Xanth is dying of a... Okay, so Ziri is picking out on food. That's fine, whatever. And then Xanth has an infection in the heart. So if we don't solve this, you die. Primarily because I don't exactly have spare hearts to hand out, you know. If you die because of your infected heart, you're just dead because I don't have a spare clean heart to give you. So yeah, haha, get the funny jokes out of the way. 6-7 Ligma, etc, etc, etc. A very funny XD. Whoa, 6-7. God, every time I think of 6-7, I think about that one stupid animation that I keep seeing. You know what I'm talking about? There's like that one, I can't remember. There's like something in Spanish. Or it might have been Brazilian. But yeah, no, you can't just heal all. We don't allow that anymore. You gotta earn your survival. You know? You gotta earn the right to live. You can't just get to live for free. But don't worry, you should be fine. Probably. A lot of our builders are kind of busy now. Unfortunately, everyone's also... Are we out of food? No. Oh, this is what I was afraid of. Okay, so... think they were swapping their weapons like left and right. What are they? What happened? Wait, why did Garm switch to the... Wait, why did they switch the crossbow loadout? That's so weird. No, you should be on the sniper rifle kit. That's so weird. What happened? Wait, did I mess up? No. What is happening? Why are you used? Okay, so okay, that's fixed. So Garm has to reload. Okay, why don't you drop this and let's get Garm fixed up again. I don't know what happened, but I guess something happened where they ended up switching their equipment loadouts for some reason. Oh, I know what it is. The emergency mode messed up their things. Okay, I know what happened. Ugh. All right, whatever. All right, we gotta do Christmas. We're gonna do the Christmas celebration. So while this happens, as I've been drinking a metric ton of water this whole time, I'm gonna let this run. You can all go watch this, and I'll be right back momentarily. Okay, have a good night, Tristan. I hope you enjoy your evening. Hopefully you have good rest. I forgot it's like stupid early for you right now. Okay, so hold on, let me see what happened. Okay, so there's a dragon that's showing up. We'll try to tame it. There's also a coalition. We're now allies with them. Cool. And we have a bunch of other nonsense happening real quick. And we got the beautiful thingy mabobber. So we have a unforgettable Christmas Eve. Fantastic. Hello, Dragon Wafer. How are you? Oh, I will say one thing. I don't know if anyone plays Deltarune. I've been meaning. No, a different mad animal I think showed up, but it wasn't that. The mad animal that showed up was a bluebird, which is now a corpse inside of our quarry. So it gives you any idea what happened. That's what happened. Anyways, have a good night. Thank you for joining us, Riston. What was I talking about? Oh, okay, that's a mad buffalo. Hopefully the dragon never turns mad. That would be a bit of a problem, I believe. I don't think I really want to keep these dragons, but it'd be kind of cool to own a few dragons, wouldn't it? I think that'd be kind of sick. Can you chop this tree down? Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully this will start getting more power. We are burning through a decent amount of power. Actually, the other thing I want to research real fast before I forget is I want to increase battery. So I would like batteries. Like a beautiful 4K battery would be pretty nice. Improved batteries is here. But oh, I know why we can't do it. Okay, so the real goal that I completely forgot I was trying to do was I want to replace this entire research section here. Get rid of this. Combine these two into one big research lab. And the thing I'm missing that I need pretty badly is the multi-analyzer. So if I can just put at least a multi-analyzer here, we can get more technology research. So let's get that slapped out as soon as possible while everything else kind of rips and tears. Okay, so Drunkenverse is running from this. You have a gun. A gun's not going to save you from a buffalo. I don't know, just try to beat it up while we have... Ray can't actually... I just realized Ray's not fighting in this run either. We actually don't have that many... I need another knight, yeah. Who can help fight this? Havel's got a weapon. All right, we might upgrade Havel to a knight. We'll see. What was I going to say? Oh, right, so... I don't know if anyone here plays Deltarune, but... I do like Toho, and I was listening to one of the new Deltarune soundtracks because I saw a sprite of the character because everyone was talking about it on at least my part of this on social media, and I was like, oh, this is... I don't know how to describe it, but there's a new character that showed up in Deltarune called Aqua, and as soon as I heard that theme and saw the animations for the character, I'm like, this is just Toby Fox's Toho OC, and I wish I was joking, but that's legitimately what it felt like when I was seeing the animations. It's I heard the Zun trumpets, if that makes any sense. I don't know. There's not really much to this topic other than like if you want to look it up and so you understand what I'm talking about, you'll know very quickly what I'm referring to. I need to get around to actually buying Deltarune. I played like the first chapter, and then I never bought Deltarune, so I never got to play the chapters that came after, and I'm like, I am so behind on this franchise that everyone loves. I should really get around to playing this eventually. We gotta kill more animals. I need more leathers. Ugh. Or at least we gotta haul the leather somewhere else. Okay, so, but yeah, we're gonna try to get this room done so we can move people. Essentially, I'm just trying to get the guest rooms out of here and into here instead, where they'll be a little more comfortable. I think what I can do is I can fit 2 people to a room, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Spoiler, the real Deltarune was the friends we made along the way. Yeah, unless you kill everyone, which is... I swear there's like a thing in Undertale, or in Deltarune, where you can kill everyone just like in Undertale, and it becomes like an entire giant plot point. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Is there... Yes, there's, Here we go. Here we go. That document has like all the major commands that everyone really uses most of the time. Hopefully that will help you figure out what you need. Yeah, we've been through a lot of wow, there's even like a Necrogrod 2 thing. I will never use RJW. Hello there. What's that emote? Jesus Christ, that's so horrifying. No, we are this is a good, healthy, family-friendly stream. We don't use such cursed mods in this household. Only the finest and purest of Rimworld content will be permitted here. Worry not, dear comrades, I will never debase myself and consume such horrifying content such as that. We're better than that, is what I'm gonna pretend. Also, I need more power. Can I just dump some solars here? Maybe I can. I can dump like 3 solars here, and that's probably fine. I don't need that much more here. I just need solar power, so we don't run out of everything. Ugh. Nice base chain destroyed by grav ship. Thankfully, we're not running into grav ships unless someone's about to spawn a grav ship. Xanth is about to die, I think. That infection, you'll survive, I think. Your arm is scarred, though. I'm debating if I just swap your arm out while you're in bed. Like, you're already dying. I could probably just swap out the bionic arm. I will say, I never really understood why you're not allowed to harvest bionic parts out of pawns. I'm pretty sure it's for a balancing thing, but it never made sense. Like, oh, what do you mean I can't just rip out this bionic arm out of this dead person and put it on someone else? We started with 10 death corps of Krieg today. They all died and the man in black inherited the base. Hey, you know what he's gonna do now? That man in black is gonna start the new death corps of Krieg. It'll be a never-ending cycle. Another one will take his place. There will always be another. Okay, there will always be another. And that's how it was meant to be, and that's how it shall be until the very end of time. Also, I ran out of tea. I think we were growing tea, and I think we're not growing any tea anymore, so I gotta start doing that. I think we need a greenhouse. I don't know where I'm gonna put a greenhouse. I think this entire stack of land I want to try to reclaim. It's just swamp land, and I'd rather just have this be normal, usable space. But I can probably grow I could probably put a greenhouse somewhere over here. But I'd like to make this like a garden. You're disarmed. I mean... Oh, right, it's a Monty Python reference. Yeah, haha, I get it. I don't really watch Monty Python stuff, so sometimes the jokes are lost on me. I'm sorry, I'm boring. It's a tragedy, I know. Oh, so I forgot I had this power thing up. Okay. At the very least these things are not getting full all the time, but we are getting a lot of fecal sludge that I gotta start doing something with. Monty Python. Yeah, I know some of the Monty Python jokes. I just don't really watch Monty Python. I know it's a thing. There we go. Let's hopefully Ray can finish slapping this out, and then Ray can go eat. Come on. Give me my improved research if I can power it. Okay, so that's fine. Let's have Ray quickly slam out the solar generator. And I'm gonna have Steve come over here, and once he's done eating, I'm gonna have him start getting the poured concrete prepared, because that's a lot of concrete that we're gonna need, so might as well get that ready and slammed out. We do need to start ripping through this ridiculous amount of chunks. I do not know how to use all these chunks, by the way. There's so much. There's just like so much stuff like out in the wilds here. And we're getting way more visitors than I previously had thought we would, so it's becoming a lot harder to maintain everything as well. So hopefully once we kill more animals, we can sell more stuff, and we can keep making more money. You'd think with this many pawns, it'd be a lot easier to manage everything, but it's surprisingly difficult. We can also make mecha stuff, but again, I want to focus on getting our main knights, like... Z Opposer's helmet's gone, so I figure... Oh my gosh, what happened to you? Why are you naked? What happened to your armor? Why is Hawksby wearing your armor? Oh my god. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I don't know what happened, but like all the gear just like went in random. What the heck happened? Hold on. Why did your gear just like get swapped out? That was weird. I don't know how that happened. Oh, you know what? I bet I know what happened. He's probably not of the correct... No, he's a knight. Okay, I'm not gonna use that emergency button. I think the emergency button doesn't work. Something's broken about it. Okay, you drop that, and then I'm gonna have you wear that, and then do that. Okay, perfect. So that should be fine. We do need to give them, what's it called at some point? We gotta give them the combat suits. So that's why we're trying to manufacture these combat suits, so at least there's better armor options while Xanth is dying. Okay, we actually have a decent amount of them. A lot of them are kind of like crappy though, so we have to find a way to fix that. Let's see. Because I would like to start equipping, again, our knights one by one. Or maybe we upgrade our main frontline soldiers with it as well, because they probably don't need this standard suit, so... Yeah, I think what we'll do is we're gonna start swapping the gunners to the combat suits. Maybe the knights can have the plate armor for a little bit longer. But these... I think for now, these 5, I'm gonna make a new group. We're gonna call this the... Manage... I'm gonna call this the... I don't wanna name this thing. Let's see. Let's see. What's a good name for let's see, the first Rattling Battalion. This sounds like something stupid that something in Warhammer would be called. And they shall have the icon of let's see here. This looks cool enough. Red. Okay, that's the Mega Sloth that's getting revenge on us for some reason. Doesn't really need revenge because it's dead. Rattling gun is my beloved. Me too. Oh, when I used to play a lot of Warhammer, Total War Warhammer 3 and 2, I played so much Skaven. I remember for the longest time I played a lot of Skaven, but I wished there was a mod that I could have all the Skaven mechanics at the same time, but it was not a mod that existed. But apparently someone did make it for 3, so if you really wanted to, you could play every single Ratkin faction mechanic on the same character, and it's so as long as you recruit the legendary lord for that faction, you have access to those mechanics. Like if you recruit Lord Eshin, you get access to like the shadowy dealings. If you recruit Lord Molder, you get access to all of the stupid Ratkin bio fusion mechanics. And it's like, oh my gosh, I kill for this. Is like such a peak gaming moment. Does Alberta actually not have any rats? I think this has been brought up before, and someone mentioned like, yeah, Alberta has no rats for some reason. Let me take a look. I think it actually is true, which is the scariest part. Let's see here. Alberta has a very robust rat control program. Rats are prevented from entering the province. Any of the rats that slip through are killed. Rats are not native to the Americas. Alberta, where he goes. Rats are the way over Canada's east coast. Okay. So you just stop them from coming in and just kill every single rat that shows up. Interesting. That is pretty impressive. Yeah, so there's a mod that you can unite all the... It's basically... So the way it works is you play with recruit legendary lords, defeated legendary lords, and then if you're playing the Skaven, as long as any of those, your Skaven lord and your other fellow Skaven get knocked out, you can just recruit the legendary lords, and as long as you have that legendary lord in your faction, you have access to their mechanics. It's so stupid. And I'm like, I love it. Like, what do you mean I can finally have my... Oh, shoot. Oh, this muffle... Oh, hello. I think we need to kill the dragon. This dragon's just killing our animals. I don't know if I'm going to be able to easily kill a purple dragon. Let's try to tame it real quick. Who's our best animal handler? Good luck to Comrade Garm. I hope Garm is able to tame this creature. Maybe we get a free dragon. If not, we're going to have to kill it. Actually, just in case, I'm gonna grab a bunch of melee beaters. I'm gonna have them all like get ready to just beat the ever-loving daylights out of this thing, in case Garm fails and it goes wild. If we don't succeed, I'm gonna just kill it. I don't really want to deal with this. Come on, little creature. You want to join us, right? Right, little dragon? Yes, come on. It's a 3.7% chance. All right, I think I have to kill it. It's not really worth keeping. The sun never sets on the Rat Empire except for Alberta. Yeah, which is really funny. All right, let's go kill this dragon. So for this adventure, for this quest mark, we have Marksman, Zeoposer, Vristan, and Umi. All right, we'll have Zeoposer lead the van. All right, everyone start beating it up. It can't stop us forever. No, don't shoot it. Don't you dare shoot this thing. Just melee attack it. You have a weapon. There we go. And once again, we are going to abuse the fact that this thing just... Oh, never mind, Marksman's down. We don't have that many things anymore, so we can't just stun it to death. Okay, let's have all these guys just go to shoot it to death. With enough bullets, you too can take out a god. So Marksman's arm just got munched, so I may need to give Marksman that other arm after all. Yeah, everyone who can shoot, start blasting. While these guys try to hold the line. Okay, you're already here. Just start shooting. Whatever you can do. Steve has a sword. I probably don't want him to run over there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do while Marksman's in bed, let's just give Marksman the cool bionic arm. I can put the Architect one on Riston already, so that's fine. All right, we did it. We killed a dragon. We're gonna finish it off. Cool. All right, we're eating dragon for dinner. All right, bring it over and we'll have someone butcher this poor critter. That wasn't too bad. Hey, look, we got dragon meat now and dragon leather, true dragon leather, which is pretty nice. We'll be good to go for a while. Okay. Okay, so Kefir should also, yeah. So these are the 4 main gunners. I do want to standardize the gear among this stack, actually. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to remove my pawn from this. And then these 4 are the primary shooters. They all have pretty decent shooting skills. They don't need anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to standardize their outfit. I can actually do this, which is great. I'm going to manage this. If I do this correctly, management, you can manage their apparel. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get a new one. Nope, delete that one. I'm going to copy the Ratkin Knight. I'm going to call this the Ratkin Soldier. Perfect. And so basically what's going to happen is I'm swapping out the armor. So swapping out the plate armor. What is a bastion armor? Oh, this is power armor. Okay. Okay, so why don't we leave that at that, and then swap the headgear as well from... I don't want them running around with a plate helmet. They should probably have the Ratkin military ones, and that should be fine. Okay, so then in that case, these 4 should all swap to Ratkin Soldier. Require that. Otherwise, everything else is fine. No need to change any of this other stuff. Perfect. Okay, so we should start seeing them swapping their armor sets for the combat suits very quickly, and we just need to start making large quantities of helmets, which is also going to be a bit of a hassle to do because helmets are expensive. Ratkin is military ones especially, so we're going to make I'm not going to do the mask ones. I just want the regular ones. So just although makes it easier to aim while protecting from incoming fire. These will reduce your suppressibility, improve your accuracy. Oh, these actually give you bonuses. Nah, we don't need. We're not using gas weapons. If we were using gas weapons, I would definitely consider using the mask helmets. But I'm not here to commit, crimes against Ratmanity. So we'll not think about that. Grand Cathay Grand Cathay is such a fun faction. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like super behind on Total War Warhammer 3. I have not played the game in a very long time, and I'm super behind on the DLC as well. I really enjoyed it a long time ago, but I just haven't bothered. I'm kind of just waiting for Total War Medieval 3 to come out, and I'm basically going to stream it day 1 because I love the franchise, but I just don't like some of the newer stuff that has been coming out. I could probably actually buy all the missing DLC for fairly cheap. Oh yeah, I could buy all the missing Warhammer DLC, but do I really want to spend money? One of the things I'll never forgive Total War Warhammer 3 for doing is they're like, what if we require, or Total War in general that I hate is like, what if you wanted blood? Well, did you know you have to buy a whole separate DLC package? Just like, yeah, it's $5, but I'm like, something about it just being sold as a separate package that you have to pay extra for just really rubs me the wrong way. And it just always annoyed me that it's like, oh yeah, you want this cool thing, better pony up an extra bit of cash. Like, why is this not included in like any of the super special versions of the game? Why does it have to be, you gotta pay extra for it? I don't know. It always just annoyed me, and I've never bought it on principle, basically, because I think it's not fair that you want blood, you gotta pay for it. This one give me batteries, circuit breakers. Okay. I will say there is something very interesting. I think I mentioned this at one point or another, but something really funny about Total War Warhammer is that it's like in the clause that when Creative Assembly got to make the game, that they had to police the Steam Workshop and not allow any mods that were of another IP. So you cannot use the Total War Warhammer engine to make things like a Lord of the Rings you know, Total War game or any of those really cool overhauls that would probably exist if it wasn't for that. The howitzer outlaws are attacking us. They will besiege the colony and pound us from afar. Oh, they have mechs. Great. That's a problem. I have mortars. I don't have any shots for the mortars, do I? Nope. I was setting up a mortar field and I never got around to finishing it. So how do I even handle this? Could probably just send Riston up there, or let's send some of our gunners. You know what? Here, we have this for a reason, right? I don't want them to besiege us. I want to get rid of them before they can really harm us. So let's get some of these guys ready. I think 6 should be enough to go in there. I don't have smoke grenades yet because I keep forgetting to make smoke grenades. One day I'll remember. Maybe that one day should be now. How do I make a smoke grenade? Oh, we don't have promethium. How do I even make promethium? I think you have to lab it out. Ugh. We can synthesize FSX, but we cannot make promethium, which is kind of annoying. Oh, here we go. Jelly promethium. Oh, yeah, we don't have enough. Okay, I think you need to farm it from an animal, probably. Okay, who's dying? Z opposers on the verge of a mental breakdown. Well, why don't you eat some food real quick, and then maybe we can figure this out. So if you eat, you'll be less sad, and now you're ready to fight. Okay, who else is dying? Sirius, well, that's fine. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Where did Riston go? Okay, so they're trying to prepare a siege, which is annoying. There's not really a way for us to approach stealthily. I guess around this corner we can. And then we can try to just bomb them, but I don't want them to get their mortars up and running first. I want them to land, but we're gonna kill them all. So why don't we just start by sneaking in and just getting a few pot shots in? We can hit a few, we can make him approach us. But they do have mechs with dragoon shotguns, which sound incredibly scary. Okay, you should start shooting. Oh, whoa, what is that? What just launched at us? Oh, okay, well, so it turns out they may have angered the Green Elder Dragon when they fired a rocket at us. 'Cause I think the shrapnel bounced back and I guess... Oh, yeah, what the hell is this thing? Yeah, I think the shrapnel went back. Okay, struck us. So now we're just gonna... Oh, shoot, you're dying. What happened? Headshot, but not a brain injury. Let's have Riston quickly... carry you real quick. Just pull you out over here. Drop you off. Stop. Stay. Tend. And then we'll just have Airman Joker shoot around the corner. So the dragon is... They're fighting the dragon. At the meanwhile, we can just let this happen. And then we'll just kind of poke them from afar. Although, oh, this is the one that's killing us. This one's got a sniper rifle. The Ansbel Reichegard. Alright, you swapped out misogynist for masochist. Got it, and you're dying too. Okay, maybe this is probably not the best idea to be fighting in this area. Okay, let's have you quickly grab you. Carry. Pull out over here. Okay, let's pull over here. Riston's getting shot, which is now the other problem. How's the dragon fighting? Okay, so they're still fighting the dragon. What the heck? Is this thing just not taking damage? That thing just took no damage. Oh shoot, why is Riston that way? That's a bad idea. Have you just quickly attack this one named Noob. Just go run up there. Just go bash his head in. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so Riston's down, which is bad. Okay. I'm gonna have Alana come over here. Yeah, we don't I should have been focusing on my defenses. I have not prepared proper defenses yet. Why is this one so hard to kill? Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back in the corner. Okay. Okay, they're leaving. Great. Okay, cool. So they did fight off a dragon. Good for them. Alana's gonna be here to rescue Riston. Hello, Graven. How goes the war? Well, we just fought off a bunch of mech dudes. Well, mostly because they angered a dragon and the dragon killed them instead. So that's good for us. Okay, so we're gonna have you just rescue these guys. They should not die. You're dying. Let's quickly stabilize you real fast, and then we're gonna have you come over here. Actually, wait, this one's got... Ooh, we can get recon armor. All right, well, I like having recon armor early, so let's just strip this man of his gear. Fantastic. Okay, is there anyone else here with gear that I can just strip off of them? Yes, this one has recon. Oh, perfect. We got recon armor. Anyways, how are you doing, Grayman? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Yeah, strip this man of everything. Strip him of everything he owns. They don't need it anymore. What about you? Think how many more of these goobers who dare encroach upon me need to perish before they will find peace in this realm? Too many. Alright, so you rescue him. Okay, good. Just strip them all. There we go. And then let's finish this one off. I think that one's gonna escape. That's okay. I want to make sure we get all the gear. I'm not here to rescue any of them. They're all dead. They all died the day they decided to attack me. So it was I'll have to find the clip of it later, but basically what happened was we're trying to poke at them from here, but I think they fired a rocket in my direction, and the shrapnel basically bounced back and then essentially struck them, and then that caused the cascading effect of the dragon. It now wants revenge and tried to attack them. But the threat level the enemies were running into are a little higher than I was anticipating, so we may need to fix this. Risten's armor is not enough anymore and really needs an upgrade. I think Zeoposer especially needs new armor. So I'm gonna let Zeoposer be the first to get a pair of recon armor and a recon helmet. Is it appropriate? I don't know, but I gotta do what I gotta do. We have to do what we gotta do to survive. Also, everything that wants to attack us for some reason is just being an issue. Thankfully, Space Case hopefully is a good shot and can maybe deal with this thing. What the heck are you using? Sniper? Oh, you're using an anti-tank rifle. Okay, well, an anti-tank's probably good enough to deal with that. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. So right now our main goal is survive, which should be fine. We'll just swap the gear around, make sure everyone's kind of well kitted out to deal with this. And I'll probably give... Maybe Risten can stay in that legendary armor for a bit longer. Probably not. A lot of Risten's gear is basically deteriorated, so that's unfortunate. Okay, undraft you. Undraft Alana, so Alana can at least handle the rest of this, and that should be fine. Ooh, what are you currently using? Let's ask that question. That's usually my first question when it comes to that type of stuff. Put the recon armor in here, and the helmets. There we go. Small walk on one. Okay, are you thinking about getting like a screen tablet or like a normal tablet? Ah, gotcha. Okay. Hopefully you find something that you like. I know Wacom's like the super popular ones, but there's so many options for like more budget options nowadays. Just depends how much parallaxing you're willing to deal with. That's usually my biggest issue when it comes to those. Definitely want to take the grenades. Let's haul this in. Definitely haul these. Haul these. Haul these. Definitely haul that. Okay, so I need to also make sure we have storage for all this. So I was putting the mortar area near the sauna, which I probably actually don't want. I'm probably just gonna put on this beach over here until I can find a better spot for it. It's not really a better spot for this thing. Not good enough to justify. I mean, to be fair, I'm not either, yet I have one anyways. Oh my gosh, maybe I should do an art stream. We haven't done an art stream in so long. Am I willing to do another art stream after so many moons of not doing an art stream? No, we'll have to find out. Okay, so Zeoposer is actually kitted out now. This does cover pants, right? I think this thing covers pants. Yeah, okay. Zeoposer is like probably the most armored person we have now. Which is good, but we gotta get the rest of this armor in here too. And we can start putting on the flak pants and whatever else we can get our hands on, and that should probably keep us alive a little bit longer. You can execute the poor guy. These people don't deserve to live. They attacked me. And as we all know, when I'm the one that gets attacked, I'm the one in the right when it comes to dealing with their threats. Okay, so this one's still gonna take a while to break down. Even the most diligent can be reformed with enough patience. Okay. We also need to get rid of all this stuff here. I've been meaning to finally haul this out, but we really got to commit to this. Let's haul this urgently. Perfect. Everything must be hauled. Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully you find something that you like. I don't know what really is out there nowadays, but I know there's so many budget options, especially because China basically spits out a majillion different cheap products nowadays. Because, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of stolen technology, but what are you gonna do? Just don't buy them if you can. Actually, wow, I didn't realize Intuos are really cheap. Wow, you can get a small Intuos for like 40 bucks. That's way cheaper than I ever remember them being. That's kind of crazy. A Wacom 1 drawing tablet with a screen is $250. Jesus Christ. See, when I bought my my screen tablet, I think I paid like $130 back in then. I thought that was a really good deal, and apparently it's still only $130, which is a crazy deal. Honestly, the fact that it hasn't gone down in that it's about the same price despite inflation is insane. I will say I don't like the Huon Canvas 13 as much as I used to. Oh, just kidding. It's now $220. I guess I'm keeping this forever. Holy cow. Ooh, that's expensive. Yeah, wow, that is insane. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Honestly, if I had one of those tablets, I'd probably just use it to play Osu, because screen tablets aren't really good for playing Osu. You're better off using a standard, sort of thing, like tablet that for that type of activity. But I'm assuming all you're doing is art, which is different, right? I assume your primary focus is just to do artistic work. Let's get this. Okay, there's another recon armor we gotta get, so I need to dump that on someone. I don't really care about the other weapons. Smoke pop pack is really good. Can I just get this on anyone? Let's see. I think Zeopozer. No. Let's have Xanth put on the smoke pop pack, and I hopefully have enough recon armor that I've looted off of their bodies that I can use that as the primary stuff. Ah, Star Sector stuff. Okay, I mean that makes sense considering the stuff that you do. It being Star Sector primary focus makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised I'm still gonna keep that Star Sector run going for at least another bit. Also, I need to adjust my settings on this model. Feels like it's not tracking my mouth movements enough because I don't open my mouth nearly enough when I'm talking. But yeah, I'm probably gonna keep that run running for a bit longer. I did enjoy that run, so that's kind of the main reason why I was like, good enough to keep going. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. You got a lifetime thing. Well, remember, it's only lifetime for that specific version. If you want the newer versions, you gotta pay money to upgrade, which is fine, but as long as you're aware of that type of thing. Because I had to basically do the same thing. Because I think I was on Clip Studio Paint 1 for like the longest time. Then I bought the... Eventually, I upgraded like when 4.0 came out. I was like, I was like, that's probably good enough to upgrade with. So, kind of just depends what you're into. Considering the level that you're at. That's true. Hey, you should start drawing. You should start drawing portraits too. You can have more cool custom portraits for your Star Sector stuff. Just imagine the possibilities. Also, did I forget to put? We have the books in here. Okay. You're no good at art. Hey, look, I am too, but I still went through the effort of trying. If I can try, so can you. Oh shit, we have so much food. This meat's gonna expire unless I do something with it. Let's start making kebabs. I think we just need to start making unholy amounts of kebabs. I think those don't require anything but meat. A good kebab. Oh, it does need... We're gonna start grilling steaks. How about that? Let's just grill steaks until I run out of meat. So this until we have got like 20 steaks in stock. Okay, so who's my primary? I think it's Ray's the primary colony cook, right? Yes. Congratulations to Comrade Ray. It's time to cook. We gotta make more food. Computer sensitivity of the pen. Isn't that normally in the settings of your tablet? I guess it's otherwise you can probably do it like on a brush by brush basis and see how much pressure, whether you want it to be like a, you know, parametric curve or something like that, or like a linear curve. Just really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I'm gonna build another one of these. I need another stove. We do need to rip through our food fairly quickly. Can't put it there. I'll probably put it somewhere over here. Do I really want to put another stove here? Kind of trying not to. If I do put another stove, I think I'd have to move this over here. That's probably the correct spot to put that oven over. Okay, yes, more steaks. At least that rips through the meat. It's only 18, so I'll have to keep doing this for a while. But yeah, just learn Clip Studio Paint, you'll be fine. Honestly, part of the reason I haven't drawn as much is because I just kind of got into photography. I did post some of my photos on Discord if anyone was kind of curious about some of the photography shenanigans that I got into, which is primarily looking at cityscapes and stuff like that. I know no one really cares, but I was really proud of some of these shots because I thought they were really cool. Like, I'm a huge sucker for super wide angle shots, like that are super like cropped to be very. It's like a very cinematic crop. Let's see if I can find it. Like this one. Like I took this shot at when I was the other day, and I was like, that plane. That's the streak over there was like a paid actor because it was perfectly timed and everything. And look at how beautiful the cityscape is when, you know, when you just kind of get the chance to take it all in, right? Because I bought a new lens and I needed an excuse to use it, so that's why I went to go take photos. Look at it, isn't it so cool? And I have a bunch of other ones, but they're not really as fun. It is a fun skyline. I like taking photos when there's something as a subject. I think buildings alone make for a pretty bland subject, but when you have like a bird or like even a plane like flying around, that it really helps elevate the shot to make it look cool. Like this is another shot that I really liked that I took because I was like, man, that was it's so perfect. You have like it looks like a very nostalgic shot because of the film grain and everything. I was like, I can't keep getting away with this. No, there's a film grain filter on the photo because there's because I'm using a Fujifilm. I'm pretty sure the ISO was only like 800 or something. So yeah, there's a built-in film grain. I purposely made it look like an older film stock is the idea. I think I have like one other one that I really liked. Yeah, when there's a lot of animals flying around, you can just have like paid actors essentially, and it's great. This one's a little, hold on, I got this one too. This one's not as super crazy to look at, but I thought this was kind of fun. Kind of a similar shot, but you have the bird and the airplane over the, you know, the skyline. It's like, oh yeah, I'm totally paying that bird to fly exactly there so we can get a nice good shot with the flying stuff. I was complaining about this the other day, but I do enjoy just kind of vibing and taking in the sights and sounds of things like a city. But boy gee howdy, I sure hate it when people decide I'm going to make everyone else listen to my terrible music. Yeah, it's terrible to me because it's basically loud, obnoxious music that promotes activities that I'm not terribly fond of. How about that? Let's say that. Let's just say it like that. Oh my gosh, a man in black, Alana's ex-lover. Why is every man in black we're getting just somehow related to Alana? It's super weird. Why is it, I hate how it just like spawns the ratkin really tall. We're gonna delete this man from existence. He's it's too tall for a man in black. It's time to purge his existence. Goodbye, really tall man in black. You don't exist anymore. But what we will do instead is we will add a new ratkin to join us in exchange. Except this one will be we just only make them like a standard colonist is fine. We'll make this one at least standard soldier's fine. All right, this one's name is Coffee Bean. All right, and this Coffee Bean will be joining us. Make it a female ratkin because I want to make this look a little different, and then we'll give a nice hair, and that's fine. All right, and then teleport them in. Okay, so Coffee Bean is here. Okay, who is Coffee Bean being assigned to? We have so many pawns. Any of these people say anything today? Nope. All right, well, I guess it goes to probably Ixonia. We'll just give it to Ixonia. All right, Ixonia's joined us as a big old new character. We also have to sort through all this other garbage at some point. We have so much trash here. Oh wait, there's a vial of dragon's blood. Hello. Dragons have forever been known as mythical beasts. Okay, some believe strength is stored within its eyes or claws, but in its reality, it's blood. By grinding up a handful of scales and using the jewel berry pulp, the blood can both be extracted and diluted at the same time, creating the perfect liquid for a potion. Grant some of the dragon's powers: speed, pain resistance, and fierce combat capabilities, and flame nullification. How long does this last? It doesn't say. But you can get addicted to this, which is a problem. If you get addicted to this, you have to consume it every 3 days. Well, let's haul it in. You can do something with that at some point. We'll just put it in this storage of just like random tinctures and whatnot. Dragon's blood can probably just go in here for the time being because I don't know what to do with that. We'll just hide it for the time being until I can do something with it. What am I supposed to do with it, right? Oh, let's do a leadership speech real quick since it's like in the evening right now. Trying to get everyone a little happier. By the way, look at how many steaks and kebabs we made. We have so much food now. We should probably upgrade this from a shelf. Since we have technology and we don't want food to go to waste, we should probably upgrade to, you know, refrigerators. Yeah, just add like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 fridges. We can probably just line them up along this wall. And that should probably be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we'll do 4 fridges. We can have 4 different meals essentially ready to go. And that way we'll always have something to eat all the time. Yeah, we have too much food for now. Trust me, it'll be a problem later. Oh, trust me, I know it's gonna be a problem. I'm essentially cursing myself. The leadership speech was so bad. Great. All right, let's fix this real quick. All right, let's get these refrigerators made. I want to make sure we have a lot. Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting. We don't have enough bedrooms. I have 23 pawns and I have 19 bedrooms. I'd have to make 4. I don't have enough space to add another housing block. What if we just make it a separate building? What if we just make the housing block a separate facility? How about this? What if I turn 2 of these into colonist bedrooms that they can use as like, hey, they're like the attendants of this area. This is a graveyard command. Yeah, unfortunately there's not a graveyard command. I can see all who's dead here. Hayashi, Exonia, and Dandelion are like the only dead ones we've got on our so far. So, oh, actually just these 2 really. Yeah, the Dandelion, I don't know who that one is, but it's not someone we care about, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I gotta find out how I'm gonna store more pawns. The thing is, like, I gave everyone their own unique bedroom, which is cool, until you start running into the problem of you just don't have enough space for more beds, which is kind of a issue. No, I care. I care that you died. Theoretically, I could probably put another bed in each of these bedrooms, but it's kind of too late. I don't really want to rebuild this because I'm lazy. I think what we gotta do is we gotta reclaim all this wetlands and probably find a way to throw more people on there. I think that's what we gotta do next. What we'll probably do is just build another hallway. I think I can just use the basic bridge. Probably. If we use a heavy bridge, it's probably a lot better, but it'll consume way more steel than I'm comfortable having. The other way to do it is we drain the water at some point with a mod or with like a water reclamation. I cannot remember what that product is called. Okay, hold on. So this one does not have this. Okay, so storage. Okay, so on. I want each of these to carry different things because I'm basically gonna have one for every meal we make. So how about this one is simple meals? This next one is kebabs. What did I spell kebab? Kebab. This one is steaks. The last one will be empty, and then this one we can just probably uninstall at some point once the remaining fridges have been manufactured. Okay. But yeah, we gotta get more beds at some point. I think I can add maybe a small array of beds here, but I'm trying to avoid that. I wanted to add like a nice rec room somewhere down here as well. We definitely got to focus on getting this entire disaster set up too. I don't even know why I built plumbing, because technically they need heating more than anything, and we don't even have enough slate to get the heating done. We may have to start building slate blocks, or limestone blocks, just so we can get the piping we need. And that's going to be a bit of a disaster at some point. Thankfully, we have this quarry, which is going to get us a lot of stuff, but I wish I didn't have to keep making chunks out of this. Yeah, if only we didn't have to keep making chunks. I really don't know how to process these things in large quantities. It's so much stuff. We probably could automate this, actually. We do have access to industrial things like an industrial furnace. an industrial automatic mason would automatically rip it into the things that we need it to, which is probably the correct thing to do, honestly. I probably should just do that. Yeah. Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get rid of all this water here because we have a lake here. I think this lake I will keep exactly as is and maybe even expand it a little bit, and we can have a nice, beautiful, you know, place to kind of exist for water, but everything else is kind of doing whatever. Why are we not growing more hay? Okay, there we go. We got wheat now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually move all of the... We're gonna move the granary into this building here, and all the meats will go into butchery here. Spare meats that we don't have space for go in here, so we have a lot of frozen meats here, which is great. Drunken Wayfarer is dying of what? Explosion? You'll be fine. Is anyone missing body parts? Anyone who got like hurt, really badly injured? Let's see. I'm just gonna do a quick check of everyone. Hayashi's got a bunch of surgical scars that have not, they might be there forever. Kefir doesn't have a nose. Ranu has a brain scar, which is really bad. You're missing toes. Bite scar. Mangled eyes on Sun, who will never fight. Scars. It's mostly scars. Oh, here we go. Ziryu's missing a hand. Okay. It's a lot of scars. Alright, we gotta get Ziryu a new hand, so I guess we'll just replace the whole arm. Realistically, you just replace the whole arm, right? Let's see. So that's gonna require a prosthetic table, which we don't have. Actually, I know what's going on. We don't have... What are we researching right now? Improve machine learning. Okay, so we gotta get the... Fabrication is next. That's what we really need. Fabrication. We could also go into Dead Man Switch and start doing Dead Man Switch shenanigans, but I don't know if I really want to do that. I wanted to do DMS stuff because I'm like, we don't really do DMS stuff, but I'm like, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's a rabbit hole that we can scarcely afford right now with the lack of metals that we need. And thankfully we can trade for it, but maybe we will push towards it. I mean, I expect this colony to run for a while longer anyways, so we'll see. My back is killing me. Oh my god. We'll be doing this tomorrow anyways, so there will be lots of rimworlding opportunities. Okay, so now that we have this cleared out, we can finally start adding more beds in here. I mean, hey, passions are good. It means you just go faster. Isn't that what people want on their pawns? To go fast? Okay, hold on. So this allows me to make... Wait, I can make a dragon crown. Wait, that's kind of sick, actually. Greatly improves social impact. You can't really fight much, but holy cow, you've become so scary with that thing. Can I put that on a ratkin? Dragon Tomahawk. Okay, don't really care about those. Most of these don't really matter. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Again, our biggest issue is our electricity, which thankfully we have a lot, but we don't store it nearly enough. I'm trying to wait until we have access to slightly better batteries, but it might behoove me to just add battery storage now, just to cover what we need. Because we have some steel. I think we gotta go trade. Yeah, I think it's about time we go offer up some metals and other things to some of the locals. Smort. Yeah, me big smort. Me big smort. I didn't realize, by the way, like, I don't know if you've paid attention to Safe's Twitter. I didn't realize he'd been playing for Shadowverse for like so many years. I didn't even realize Shadowverse was shutting down until he made that tweet. I was like, oh, it's dead? Because they're trying to push everyone to Shadowverse 2, and I'm just like, that's tragic. Kind of the problem with like digital card games where it's just like, it's fun, but then it's just like eventually it'll just die, and like, what are you gonna do? Especially because you want everyone to move to the new one, so you have to shut down the old one, and so everyone gets... I mean, to be fair, like, I get it, like why they have to do a reboot every now and again like that, because, you know, it's basically like it's a way to reset the power level of the game before you ultimately end up with power creep again. But, you know, it's tragic. Shadowverse? Yeah, Shadowverse is like a digital card game. It was made by the same people who... It's made by Cygames, so Grand Blue Fantasy, and I think Uma Musume and all that stuff. It's fun. I played it a little bit when it came out, but I didn't play it nearly as much as some other people that I know played it. You can't buy Steel. Hello there, Feinstein. Oh no, not Shadowverse. Shadowverse. Yeah. Okay. We really gotta keep making more food. We have so many kebabs. Why are we not storing it in here? I think I'm getting the second kebab storage. All right, kebab. Okay, so I want to store 60 kebabs. I don't want any more than that. So let's do until we have 60 kebabs, no more than that. Okay, simple meals. I'm allowing us to go up to 30. And then teas do forever, hardtacks do forever, pemmican do. Okay, that should allow us to start making more pemmican and other stuff too. So that should be okay. Sony's still at the mines, on the verge of a mental breakdown. Did we get all the stuff that I wanted from the corpses, like the recon armor? Yes, we did. Fantastic. There's a smoke pop pack, which I'm gonna give to Comrade Riston. Okay. I don't think this covers your pants. Can I give you this flak pants, or is you not allowed to wear this? I actually have no idea if this works or not. Let's see. I am genuinely curious if Comrade Riston can wear all this. Let's find out. Because I'm trying to make sure he's well kitted for any eventuality. These grenades in here too. Can I actually make sure grenades are stored in this container? All the grenades should be in there. Perfect. Okay, yeah, Sonia doesn't even have a bed, which is again a problem. Maybe I just make a temporary bedroom. Yeah, I think we need a temporary bedroom. You know what? This is, how about this? This room here will be our temporary beds area until I'm able to make actual beds. It's not comfortable, but it works for now. As much as it pains me to put people in here, even if it's not the most, you know, welcoming of places, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, and then we're gonna give our guests some high-end beds. Now, we do have access to eccentric smart beds, so I think we'll just do smart beds. Our regular pawns will sleep in standard beds for now, but our guests will have the height of luxury in their one-bedroom apartments. How about that, like that? Or hotel rooms. Good at shooting. Exactly! You're good at shooting! We gotta get you a gun, so we're gonna assign you a kit. I'm gonna give you... rifle. Probably enough rifles hanging around. We don't, surprisingly enough. So I gotta figure out what gun I'm gonna give you. I don't really want to give you a machine crossbow. Probably that's the only thing I can give you right now, so I guess we'll just give you the Ratkin crossbow. Is probably okay for the time being. You got tired of a week, it's not fun for you. Yeah. I've played a lot of... I play a lot of card games, so I'm actually very familiar with like a lot of different ones and their mechanics. There was one I actually enjoyed that, unfortunately, it's kind of dead already, but I enjoyed it when it first came out. There was a card game called Force of Will, which is, I think, a really fun anime card game that kind of took mechanics from like EDH, like, you know, MTG's EDH and all that other stuff, but they just did not have that much support in... They tried to support it really hard in the first year, but after a while it just kind of died out and it's not really popular anymore, which is really tragic. I think everyone and their mother wants to make like a card game and hope it gets the same amount of cultural impact that Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh have, but almost all of them are gonna fail pretty badly. I know, like, for example, Bandai Namco's always doing like, here's the Gundam one and here's the One Piece one. How long are we gonna support it? Who knows? But they usually don't last that long because a lot of times they're kind of just trying to appeal to collectors who want to buy boxes at insane prices so they can, you know, mark up the cards and on the secondhand market. It's a little tragic, but it's unfortunately what does happen. It's very true. Might not be flourishing, not deaded. Well, yeah, surprisingly, you've done a really good job of not dying. A lot of people are just really good at avoiding death, which I am very happy about. Don't worry, we're getting more and more foodstuffs in the colony, so every foodstuff keeps us alive just a little bit longer. Ain't it great? Also, I think I forgot to put the stupid hygiene pipe. Yep, I sure did. Okay, I gotta run this pipe like this just to minimize the difficulty of reaching down there. But yeah, I like playing. I know, like, for example, Hololive has like their own card game, which I've seen the cards and I know how to play it, but I've never actually seen anyone play it in person. And it's the same thing with that like Oshi push. I know was being shown off at like every anime convention I've ever go to, that because Face connects everywhere, and they're working with Japanime games. And then there's that other one that was like with Gamersup's V card, which I still think is such a stupid name. I'm allowed to criticize card games. I love card games. I have many years of experience playing card games. I'm probably one of the, not to toot my own horn, but I'm probably a foremost expert in the realm of trading card games. So my opinion is very real and it matters a lot. And a lot of them just kind of suck, quite frankly. V-Card's not a real game. V-Card is literally just there so they can sell you, you know, gamer energy powder. And then also you can get like signed versions of your favorite VTuber, and that's about it. I remember looking at the gameplay, I'm like, there's not gameplay to this. It's a game you can make, there's gameplay in the sense that you can slam out a game in like 10 minutes, but there's not a lot of strategic depth to it. And that's kind of my biggest gripe with a lot of card games. Like, it's ultimately, are you a game that is a game first and then you put the branding on top, or are you putting the branding first and then the game after that? That's kind of like the biggest differentiator in a lot of these card games, I think. As for Yu-Gi-Oh, so it seems like the meta is always changing every time a new pack releases. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, okay, Yu-Gi-Oh's a really weird one, to the point where Yu-Gi-Oh basically has like so many different formats that you can play because everyone likes a different version. Like, I know people who only play Goat Yu-Gi-Oh, which is like up through the GX era. I know people who only play Edison, which is up through the Synchro era. And I'm not gonna lie, my preferred era is basically the Synchro era. I love Synchros. Be tech elements. I could be all of them at once. You never know. Or probably tech. Yes. Hello, Marksman. How are you? Yeah, I don't like. If they offered me a V card, you know, I'd be like, sure, I'll accept it, but I'm not gonna shill a game that, but you know, and sure, maybe at that point I'd shill it because I'm like, well, I'm getting something out of this. But even then, every time I reviewed V card on stream one time, and my conclusion basically was, this is not a card game. This is a game. It's a collectibles game. It's like baseball cards that you can play a game with it, but the game part doesn't matter because all it is like just literally collecting physical JPEGs of your favorite VTuber waifu that you have an unhealthy parasitic relationship with. Parasocial. I don't know why I said parasitic. Parasocial is the correct term. And that's like my again, that's my issue with the V card game. It's like it prioritizes being a collectible over a game, and for me, I'm like, I don't care. I want a good game first. You just despise Synchro Stardust Dragon. Synchro Stardust Dragon is not that bad. Have you seen some of the nonsense they come out with nowadays? Oh my gosh, I tried playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel one time, and I was like, so I can tell you exactly the archetypes that I like to play in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zombie World, back when Plague Spreader Zombie was kind of relevant, and then what's the other one I like? Six Samurai and Shiranui. And Shiranui is probably the one I have the most experience playing. And I could not beat 90% of the decks because nothing I play is meta. At least that's kind of the nice thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that if you kind of want to just play some kind of deck that you like, it's fine. Yu-Gi-Oh!'s other big problem that I hate, like nowadays, is that there's so much text to read on a card. Like, unless you have cards memorized just from playing them all the time, you have to look at a card and you have to spend like almost 30 seconds just reading it because there's just so much text on a single card. And a lot, especially like on a lot of staples. Like if you look at something like Ash Blossom, right? Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring has like a bajillion lines of text for basically what is essentially a hand trap. It's actually not that bad compared to some other stuff, but it is a lot of text that you have to read. And then you start looking at things like, what are the other new cards that are really meta? Like any of the, what is it? God, there was like Crashtillas or whatever they were called was also like super annoying. And then also all of our meat's expiring because I cannot cook it fast enough. Good lord. Oh yeah, there is a V2. Yeah, there's like a digital idol deck now too. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that they have a VTuber, and they also have a Maid Dragon archetype, which was so funny. I remember seeing like, oh yeah, by the way, we have a Maid Dragon archetype. Oh, it's called the Live Twins. Yeah, the Live Twins. I double checked it. Live twins and evil twins. That's what they are. It's literally just. It's just. Here, you know what? Here, I'll just pull up an example so we can all take a look at this. Live twin cards are very VTuber coded. I just pulled one up. Hold on. Let me pull up. Pull this up real fast so we can all gawk at this together. Firefox. Live twin. Okay. Like. Come on. It's very anime VTuber-esque coded. Which, yeah, that's true. I have no idea how any of this plays. I tuned out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Once they introduced pendulums, and I'm not gonna lie, I still have zero idea how pendulums work. I know how to do exceeds, I know how to do links, I know how to do synchros, I can do all of them except pendulums. I look at pendulums and my brain shuts off. I'm like, I really don't want to figure this out at all. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it's true. I'm like, I'd rather not. Also, it is really hot in our colony. We should probably find a way to cool it down. What I did end up getting is I did manage to set up multi-split air conditioning, but I haven't had a chance to actually set it up. And the problem is I got to build it in every single bedroom, which is gonna eat up a lot of steel. And not only that, I gotta set up the air conditioning pipes, which is a separate pipe, and it has to be steel. And then I have to build the giant AC units, you know, these big old bricks. Kind of slap some of these in the back there and start running, you know, just a giant AC pipe down the middle here. So we're gonna burn through a lot of steel very, very quickly. But I'm gonna try to be a little more mindful of how I move the pipes around, so I'm not just piping everything unnecessarily. But yeah, I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just kind of whatever. I'm trying to think of like other card games that I played. I know there's like a bunch of other ones that had their time in the spotlight. Like I know there was like the Dragon Ball Z card game, and then that one kind of died. Right now, Gundam is popular. One Piece is popular. How long will those be popular? I don't know. I've never watched all of One Piece. I've never read all of One Piece. I watched it when I was a kid for like maybe 10 episodes, and I don't know anything else about it. I just know the main characters because they're just so popular. It's like ubiquitous. Like this one's Luffy. This one's Zoro, and this one's Usopp. Yeah, that's about the knowledge I have about One Piece. So, I don't know. Clearly the solution is I should come up with my own VTuber themed card game, and that'll be way better, and they'll have actual game mechanics and will be actually fun. But the problem is that I probably would not be able to make it fun or actually have the theming on point, because I think Oshi Push kind of has the theming on point. Like a lot of times when it comes to these like VTuber themed whatever, they typically have the same generic theme of like, okay, something to do with fans and something to do with the VTuber's popularity, usually something involving a stage of some kind, and that's fine. I think that's perfectly reasonable to have as a mechanic. And the other thing too is you got to ask yourself is if you do want to do something like this, like how much of the theming do you want it to be like actually about VTubers, in the sense of like, do you want it to be lore accurate to the individual VTuber, or are you just kind of using them as like a generic stand-in type deal? Because so many VTubers have lore that I guarantee you matters like very little in the day-to-day. Life points funding. No, you don't steal funding. You're actually gonna, yeah, you're gonna steal their 401ks. I'm gonna send you off on a mission to steal your opponent's retirement fund, and first person with the highest amount of retirement fund wins. Oh wait, this is just called Monopoly. Wait, that's such a good idea. Why don't we have VTuber themed Monopoly yet? VTuber themed Game of Life. VTuber Catan. That's what we need. We need VTuber Catan. Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what, a game you could actually make you could easily reskin for like whatever VTuber. You could probably reskin you could reskin Dominion. I don't know if anyone ever plays the card game Dominion. It's like a deck building game. A lot of fun, very easy to pick up and play. There's a MAID version that I own a copy of called Tantakure, and I was like, you could easily reflavor this to VTubers and it would be perfectly fine. I've not played Tantakure in a very long time, but it's a lot of fun. If you've never seen the cards, they're just like every character card. You basically like, if you played Dominion, it's the same thing. It's just Dominion with maids. Is that they kept adding more and more DLC that have like a lot more specific weird types of maids that have used specific names. Interesting stuff. Haven't had a chance to play it in a while because I'm not exactly gonna bring that around to my normie friends' board game nights to play, because it's gonna be like, what are you bringing? Star Wars Monopoly? Well, here's the thing, right? So you want to know why there's a bajillion Star Wars or like Monopoly variants? It's because Hasbro makes a ton of their money licensing out Monopoly. So let's say you're a city and you want to make some kind of cool and wacky knickknack that you can sell, right? So you could be like, I want a St. Louis Monopoly, and you'll probably talk to Hasbro, get the license to, you know, manufacture, and they'll probably work with you to make the copy of the game that you want, and then you can sell it in your gift shop for an inflated price, because it's like a cool little gift that's relevant to your city or something. But yeah, Hasbro makes a lot of money through Monopoly. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Monopoly Go. It's like their stupid mobile game. That thing made like $1 billion in like 5 years, because it's one of those board games that basically just kind of gets you in like a Skinner box, and you're just kind of forced to keep clicking funny buttons. And it has made so much money because of it. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. I don't ever recommend playing anything like that. Don't do that. Don't fall for these horrifying... don't fall for these things. Don't spend your money on stupid games that shouldn't exist ever. Right, and I think most of you would agree with that. Holy cow, are we able to feed all these? We have so much kibble. I guess we are able to feed all of them. We have so much. All right, well, that's fine. Okay, so these beds, we're going to convert all these into wonderful guest beds. There we go. And once we get more furniture in here, we'll just start charging them a little bit more for that. And we'll put some tables here, maybe some food. I think that's actually a good idea. Yeah, we can sell food here. I know there's a way you can sell food. I cannot remember how to do it, but I'm sure there's a way. Probably just set up in the fridge and then set the hospitality thing. Oh, we also have hospital policies. Okay, I'm gonna now start accepting hospital patients, including surgeries. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna start accepting guests or hospital patients, and we'll see if this is gonna be a bad idea. It probably will be. Here's the thing, here's my opinion on video games. If you're having fun and you're enjoying it, is it really a stupid purchase? Probably not. Everyone can enjoy stupid games. I bought this other game recently because my friend was playing it, called Nubby's Number Factory. It's stupid, but it's still kind of fun. People buy games like Call of Duty, and that's a stupid game every time. Someone's gonna probably shoot me for that, but that's fine. Hell, I play like the weirdest types of incremental games. They're stupid, but if you're having fun, is it really stupid? I don't know. That's kind of how I always felt about it. Like, if you're having fun, it's not stupid in the grand scheme of things. Don't let other people let you not have fun. Unless you're playing League of Legends, in which case you should probably be berated for playing League of Legends. Because League of Legends is a bad game that I play, and I probably shouldn't. But here I am anyways. Okay, we can finally upgrade the batteries. Holy cow, we'll start upgrading these to, like, not suck. We don't have the power to do that yet right now. I forgot we are running low on steel. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually trade away a lot of the excess cloths now. We have so much to sell. Yeah, we have furs and leathers. All right, let's go send these off. Okay. Who's going on a magical adventure to go spend stuff? All right, so we're gonna form a caravan. I think we'll do the same thing. We're gonna send Riston. He's usually the knight we send, and we'll send Ranu, who's usually the highest capable speaker. And take two of them. I'll take the 3 Muffalo. Yeah, take the 3 Muffalo, and then take all of our furs and the dragon leather. We're getting a lot of hamster wool from Daisy, which is funny. Do we need this much fertilizer? Probably not, but they also weigh a lot. Sell the dragon horns. That's probably enough. That'll make us a lot of money. And then don't take the I hate this automatic thing where it's like, you should take your Glitter World medicine. I'm not taking Glitter World medicine. Take like 10 of these, should be fine. Okay, that should be fine. All right. Cost you a Monopoly. I don't even know what I would put on there. I don't even like Monopoly as a board game. I think Monopoly is one of those games where everyone plays it only because it's like because you probably played it as a kid. From a pure board, like my perspective as someone who likes playing board games, it sucks. I think Monopoly is a really bad board game. And it's, I'm trying to think how to describe it. A lot of time, like Monopoly is one of those games where it's incredibly randomized and there's very little choices that you can make that can there's some choices that you can make that can maybe swing the odds in your favor, but I think it's so random because of the dice that you have to roll for movement. And on top of that, it just takes so long for a game that will typically, like, you'll know who the winner is probably by like the midpoint, like maybe 30 minutes in, and that's about it. Like, it's just boring. You roll dice, you do what the dice, and then you just do what the tile that you said lands on. It's not, I guess, not the worst thing, but it's just kind of not fun. There's like a plethora of other games you could play, depending on the theme. Personally, I like cooperative games, so that's why I play things like Spirit Island and Sentinels of the Multiverse. I also enjoy competitive things sometimes that have more base building and like other military combat stuff. Like I enjoy things like Scythe, and I don't know, Ray just bought me a giant, big, legitimate copy of Gloomhaven that I don't know what I'm gonna do. Seriously, she bought me Gloomhaven, and I'm just like, thanks. I don't know where I'm gonna play this. Because the box is so big. I don't even know where I put it. Hold on, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, man. Never mind, I know where it is. Sorry. But yeah. I should marry her. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's almost like I should marry Ray, and then, yeah. And then Ray can become a VTuber too, and then we can be a VTuber E-couple. Wow, isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Oh, who's not named? That's fine. Oh, we have a guest. All right, this guest is named Cheryl T, who wants an eye patch. So this is our guest who needs to be tended to. Thankfully, they are just a Ratkin Defender who will be tended to in due time. Thankfully, we have a lot of medicine running around, and we should be able to tend to their injuries without too much of an issue. I'm trying to think. If you, like I said, if you want board game recommendations, I can recommend them, but don't play Monopoly. Literally play anything else. Just start with something like Dominion. You can move up to things like Catan. Catan's a classic. Carcassonne is fine too. Not terribly fond of that one. I'm much more of a person who enjoys crunchier, more tactical strategy-ish games, so you're not going to be finding me playing. Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, Uno's fun, at least. Uno, see, the thing with Uno is that it's short, quick, it's snappy, and it leads to a lot of like fun moments, right? Unlike Monopoly, where it's just like a grind with no real benefit to winning, other than like it just sucks. It's just such a painful grind. So I don't like Monopoly. I'm trying to think of like board games that are similar in theme that you're better off playing, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I don't know, just play any of those legacy games. Oh, like play Pandemic. I'm a huge fan of Pandemic as a really fun cooperative game. Especially if you can get a group of friends together to play it consistently. You can play the legacy version of Pandemic. Those are a lot of fun. But it's kind of hard to get people to sit down to play Legacy Pandemic all the time because it just takes so long. So again, just kind of depends what you're looking for, really. So, oopsies. So, Mahjong. The thing is, I played Mahjong before. I am not very good at it. I kind of suck at Mahjong, and that's kind of why I don't really play Mahjong very often, like ever. I do not know how to play it in real life. I only know how to play it through something like Mahjong Soul. And I wish I was joking, but legitimately, I do not know how to play Mahjong correctly. It's not something I ever like really bothered to learn, if that makes sense. And so it's just like, yeah, here's it exists as a game. Oh shoot, have they arrived yet? Oh, they just left. Okay. Oh wait, it's too heavy. What do you mean it's too heavy? What? How much overweight are we? Oh my gosh, we are overweight by a bunch. Alright, I have an idea. Did one of the animals get... Okay, hold on. Can they not move? Alright, we're gonna send someone over there to help him out. We'll send Ziryu. Should be fine. Oh, let's not do that. Let's send just Ziryu. You have a decent amount of carry capacity. What the fuck? Okay, so just Ziryu, and you can take Daisy with you. Don't take the Glitterworld medicine. Change route. Go here. Accept. Send instantly. As soon as they arrive together, we're gonna have them rest. The other one rest. Can I merge them together? Merge them together, and then they can continue on their merry way. Perfect. So there we go. Now they can move. Okay, that was weird. I was like wondering like why they stopped moving, and it's like, oh yeah, we just everything we're carrying is too heavy. I'm like, oh okay, that sucks. Okay, so now that we have this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this. We don't need these anymore. It's time to get rid of this garbage beds and let the guests stay in the higher end quality beds. We have this for a reason, so get rid of this, guests only. So it's time to start breaking down walls and barriers and literally break down the walls and barriers so I can have a bigger research lab. Get rid of this one, replace this with standard. Don't keep that there. Okay. So that'll look a lot nicer once that's all set up and done. And then over here, once we get all these rocks out of here, this will be a lot better. But unfortunately, it's kind of hard to use all those rocks fast enough, and I can't really automate this that easily. Actually, there probably is a way to automate this, but I also too lazy to figure this out right now when we're still trying to keep everything functioning. So I'm still gonna put some floor here, some nice wood. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this British bullets though. There's like a ton. And then we'll just, we'll sell off all of our garbage. I do need to figure out who I'm going to start raiding soon. It is getting a little late, and I am starting to develop a small headache, probably because I have not drank nearly enough water. I believe I have reached the point of what is being called dehydrated. And it is probably not a good thing. I've been trying to drink more water, but you can only drink so much water in a day. But don't worry, again, we'll continue this on the morrow, and there's a lot of options for adventure. Okay. See, the thing is, I don't want them running through this to get there, so I think I might actually get rid of this door, because this should not be a access door. I'm gonna probably install a mod that allows me to lock doors to specific pawns, because I don't want pawns like randomly walking into areas they shouldn't be. I want it to look clean. Okay, it's got to be clean. Okay. What did I do with all the wheat, by the way? What are we doing? Oh. Oh no. Okay, I found out what happened to all the wheat. They've been making hardtack with it the entire time. No. Oh, that's so annoying. I didn't want to do that. It should have only... Okay, I should have just cleared all. It should have only been excess corn and potatoes and rice. I didn't want to do it with anything else. That's super annoying, actually. Because the wheat I was going to go mill into flour. Maybe we shouldn't have this there. Okay, maybe you shouldn't be training there. They're just shooting the fencing in the wall and someone's gonna die. Well, that's annoying. Okay. Ixonia's in a daze. Oh, Ixonia's a pyromaniac and we don't have any fire. That's a problem, isn't it? Are you actually a pyromaniac? Oh my god, whoa! Ixonia's got a lot of... Okay, hold on. Let me fix this real fast. Okay, so Ixonia should be of a different ideology. Follow our ideology. Second of all, you are a pyromaniac, tortured artist, and restful. The pyromaniac part's the really annoying bit. Alright, let's go trade here. Okay, so sell off the leathers, sell off the horns, and I guess the fertilizer that I'm bringing along. Okay. That gives me 10,000... silver's worth of product to purchase. What do I buy for this much money? Let's see. We could buy Phoenix armor, which they just happen to have a single copy of. We could buy... Let's see here. A synthetic lung, a learning assistant is interesting. We could buy. Oh, let's just buy the whole stockpile of beer. And I guess kumis is fine too. Yeah, let's buy the kumis. So we at least have alcohol. And then... mating horn, tech... Oh, the walker frame. Sure, why not? I don't think we have this one. And then... I think we buy one psychic soothe pulsar. And then we buy all their medicine. And then we buy... Oh god, they're eating humans. They're offering us human jerky. Let's see. I think I just buy as much steel as I can, which I can buy all of it and we can carry that surprisingly enough. And then probably the promethium. Plasteel. Not too heavy. So I can't take anything that's super heavy now. It's something light. We could take the kvass and the orange sody pop. Or we take the... I think we just take the lung, honestly. You never know when you're gonna need another lung. That's probably okay. I need a little bit more. I guess we just buy their gold. Yeah, I think that's okay. That's acceptable. We definitely mostly needed the steel, which was like my biggest thing I wanted to grab. The world's small because it's designed for rats, and thankfully we have a trading partner that's so close that we can just keep, you know, trading whatever we need with them, and it's quite nice. Okay. Let's see here. Who is alive at this hour? I love how we have a lot of these guests now. It's beautiful. The hotel is working. Oh, right. I forgot to put a light in the hotel bathroom. That probably would be useful. Probably also out here, we just have a few lights to not make it so dark. Like, that would probably be fine. And then we'll put some lights in here, and that'll be good. Okay. Let's see. Who is alive at this hour that I want to raid? Who did I raid last time? I can never remember who I raid because I have like the memory of a goldfish when it comes to this type of thing. Let me see. Give me 1 second. But don't worry, we'll be back with more Rimworld on the morrow. Okay. Shoutouts. So it was Issen, Dubers, D was the people that I raided last week, and then Falu was about 2-ish weeks ago. So I think today... Yeah, sure, why not? We'll raid into... we'll raid... Hold on, let me check. Who have I not raided in a while? I don't think I've raided. We'll raid Hoobi today. Why not? Yeah, we'll do Hoobi. Alright. Anyways, comments, hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed Rimworld. I like Rimworld. We'll be back with more Rimworld. You can never have enough Rimworld in your life, right? That's my belief. You can always have more Rimworld in your ribboning. So we'll continue with this magical adventure, ripping our way through the enemies that come towards us and expanding our colony. The expansion is starting to slow down a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected. My TPS is cratered down to like 130. We probably got to kill more animals, and I'm going to see if there's anything I can do to maybe make it a little faster, but yeah, we got to kill more animals, get all the food, and start hoarding for the winter, as it is approaching winter, and let's just kill these animals. There's a lot of rats and foxes and squirrels that are eating up my precious resource CPU compute resources and all that jazz. But anyways, thank you for joining, comrades. I hope you enjoyed your time with my Rimworld colony, and we'll be back tomorrow with, well, more Rimworld. And then Fire Emblem on Wednesday, and then some mysterious game on Thursday that I haven't decided yet. Alright, I'm gonna go play something else that's maybe shooty or... what's it called? Or racing-y. Alright, good night, everyone. Thank you. Goodbye. Say hi to Hoobi, who's playing... something. Dead Space 2. Okay, good night.